Hey everyone, what's up? It's me, Kurisu, a VTuber nobody knows. Yeah, good evening everybody. Welcome to my early afternoon streams. You guys already know what's up. We are going to be reading more of SINDER'S documents. Yes, I still haven't finished this thing. I still haven't finished reading this thing. But well, I mean, it's 1,008 pages. What do you guys expect? You guys expect me to read all this shit in just one stream? Hell no, brother. We're gonna be reading this entire nook and cranny, and even though some of it may be fluff and some of it may be irrelevant, I already said it before. That's not gonna stop me from reading the whole thing. So yeah, I'm still in hell from what you guys can see. Let me tell you all, it's not great. It's not great around here. It's not great in hell. And I want out. But in order to do that, I gotta finish reading this stupid ass Google Doc. But yeah. 1,008 pages. Why do I do this? You guys are probably asking yourselves. The reason why I'm doing this is because I see it as a challenge. You know? A lot of people literally said, I'm not reading that shit. I'm not gonna forgive Cinder for what the things she did and all that stuff, but I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm just gonna read the whole thing because if somebody tells me, "Oh, I can't do that," I'm gonna be like, "I'm gonna do exactly what you don't have the balls to do," and that's exactly what I'm doing. Also, a lot of people claim to have read the document, but there's no actual living proof that they actually have read the document. You know, I'm literally one of the only motherfuckers on this freaking planet who is reading the document for you all live. Live, brother, live. But yeah, I am gonna be doing exactly that. Just, you know, reading the whole thing. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen today, and believe you guys me, it's probably gonna get worse. The bright side is that we finally finished reading the nano document of the Google Doc, and now we're finally gonna move to the bow document. Now I will admit, Bao has been in a bit of boiling water recently for something that wasn't even her own fault, to be honest. Because, hey, look at the bright side. At least Bao apologized and did not have to put a fucking 1,008-page document. So, in the case of Bao, you know, it's good on her. At least she apologized. You know, everybody moved on. Everybody lived happily ever after. Cinder, on the other hand, no. I still think that all this shit could have been compiled in just a YouTube video, but she chose to make the 1,008 pages for whatever fucking reason. But it's not gonna stop us from reading the whole thing. I'm gonna put myself in my little corner right over here, and I am going to read more of the pages. Gonna read more of these horrible things. There we go. Alright, so Cinder Drifto Part 5. Alright, let me do this first, and I'm gonna place everything for you guys at home so that you guys can see the ridiculousness that Cinder is putting us through. And yes, I'm gonna have to place the whole thing in full screen mode. That's why you guys see that my model can get a little janky sometimes. Here we go, chat. Here we go. Part 5 of this shit. Jesus Christ. I already said when I'm gonna stop. I already said that the only way I'll stop it's if Cinder herself literally tells me to stop, or if I finish reading the whole thing. The first one that I said is not gonna happen, probably, because, you know. But anyways, let us read the bow section of the entire pages. How many pages is this? 93 pages. It's not as long as the nano document. But there's still a lot of shit to go down. And holy shit, is it a lot. Alright, before we read the bow document and literally all of this that Cinder has provided us, we're going to read Bao's document first, and then we're going to read the whole thing. This is 7 pages. All right, let's see what we got in this. Oh god, this is literally what Discord light mode looks like. Let's begin. Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanoless has decided to share with the public and the messages that directly mention me by name. I would like to kindly ask everyone to refrain from turning this into a witch hunt and remember that we are still just humans at the end of the day. Before I start, I want to point out why I'm addressing both Cinder and Redacted despite the messages being largely from Redacted. Many times throughout the messages, the words we, we're, and our. It's exactly what I meant the last time that I read the document. In the case of Red, he was using these words, and a lot of times Cinder did not know about these messages. And when she did nothing to stop him. And even Redacted himself says, "Oh, I took advantage of this." So yeah, the blame is on Redacted. I still think, honestly speaking, chat, I still think that Redacted is infinitely worse than Cinder. That's just me. We, we're, and our occur numerous times. As someone who was close to and worked with Cinder for years, I have first-hand experience on how Cinder and Red collaborate and the extent to which Red operates as our primary point of contact in our professional and personal projects. It is that experience that leads me to believe that all requests and messages sent by Red were both known about and approved of by Cinder, which again, we already know that in a lot of cases, that's not the case. In March of 2024, I announced that one of my subathon goals was a live 2D model. Nanoless was going to be the live 2D illustrator. After she finished both the design and base model sketch, there was suddenly back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue my model. I was very sad as I had not only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I had grown very attached to the design and showed it to all my friends. In a private group chat that Cinder was a part of, I shared how devastated I was, and she did not comment or say anything, despite others in the group chat comforting and reassuring me. I now realize that the reason... Whoa, wait, there's a lot more here. Hold on. Hidden message. Let's go. I now realize that the reason for her silence was because Cinder and Red and Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art from Nanoless. Nanoless asked Redacted on why he's encouraging her to not finish my model. Redacted then lists my name. We're just gonna call him Red. Redacted just... It's too long. My name among various VTubers as well as the vendetta Cinder and Red harbor against each. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor, constantly picking up artists that we work with. Now she's barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators. Yeah, as I stated, chat, my model is a little wonky, so I do want to apologize for that. So, has a way of guilt tripping others to get her way. This is what Redacted lists as reasons why Nanoless should cancel her ongoing live 2D model commission with me all the time while continuing to collaborate with me and pretending to be my friend. This is not what friends do. Friends do not sabotage others' friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies to fuel selfish narratives. Friends do not use private information they get from the privilege of being close friends just to use it to manipulate others. If stepping on your friends and abusing your power and connections is how you get to the top, then I hope you realize no one will be left when you get there. Did you cancel? Oh yeah, this is the conversation where Red and Nano had the, oh, did you cancel models and all that shit? And Red was putting pressure to Nano to pretty much cancel with a lot of these VTubers, which again, pretty disgusting behavior. So all of this, we've already read it in a Nano document. More screenshots of them urging Nanoless to cancel the ongoing Live 2D commission with me, even mentioning how excited I was when I showed them the design during Cinder and I's concert at WeebCon 2024. Don't sell yourself short. I think she'd be fine with taking the design and finding someone else. I would offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit. So again, the conversation that happened pretty much. I wouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit, lol. I don't know what I have ever done to either Red or Cinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. I don't remember having any issue or any problem that couldn't have been solved by talking. Regarding the messages where Cinder and Redacted openly accused me of stealing their YouTube editor, Boss Rush music video animator, as well as any artist they have worked with. Okay, here we go. Bow Management. Hi, Kaiser. Nice to meet you. I was just watching your stream highlight from me and Cinder's collab, and I really loved your editing style and humor. I was curious if I could request a video edit from you every now and then, and if you have any availability. My username is Bao on Discord if you want to chit chat more there. Thanks again. Hi, Bao. I love to edit a video for you. Just send a friend request on Discord. So they actually got their editor and all that stuff. Pretty fun and dandy, right? That is then when Redacted starts a bunch of shit and saying, oh, he stole our editor. She stole our editor and all that stuff. It's like, what the fuck? She hijacked our YouTube editor. Their YouTube editor, Kaiser, is a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Cinder. My channel manager, June, and I asked Kaiser for one stream highlight per month, as we are aware of this extensive position. As Cinder's channel manager, I had made a point to note this is in my inquiry email to him in 2023. Bao started a call that lasted 5 hours. My God. On March 20th, I started a group Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors. And in this group call, Kaiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Cinder for a raise because she initially turned down an exclusivity deal. As a friend to both Cinder and Kaiser, I encouraged him to take the deal and reassured him that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity. Even if it meant I would lose him as an editor. The other editors who were in the call can corroborate this. So Bao has living proof. Bao has evidence. So at least we know that. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel now, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Cinder and Red were actively portraying me as a thief and detriment to their business. I have only ever supported them and their activities and never once thought that I had somehow gotten on their nerves. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Yeah, there it is. There's the wording for context. I'm in shock and disbelief that this is the narrative they decided and that I deserved. Saying that I harbored an invisible jealousy because my songs quote unquote flopped made me feel sick to my stomach. In late 2024, I was dealing with debilitating TMJ pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw joint to open my mouth properly. They both knew this. I have always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me, and I don't know how they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. We're 99% sure she told him, meaning Sacramore, not to do any more with us. Boss Rush videos. Song check. Yeah, I had to do the song check because it stopped. Alright, let's keep going. There's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MB editor for my next boss rush project. Correction, you don't know how Bao is behind the scenes. You assume how Bao is behind the scenes. So yeah, I keep saying I'm gonna keep saying this. Redacted is a piece of shit, chat. I really hate him so much. Okay, there's Sakramore. This is our man right here, or woman, or they them. We don't discriminate. Anonymity in house. I think we never credited publicly, so no one knows who does this work for Bao. This literally reads like a hostage note. I asked to be anonymous since I like to separate from being known as a freelancer. No one does this. Okay, so we already read this part, and we already read all of this, so pretty much we can skip all of this since we already read it in the past streams, so we don't need to sound like a broken record. In these messages, Cinder and Red are referring to my animator Sakramore, whom I have been working with since 2023. Proof of how long we have worked together. In 2024, Sak asked me if he could go completely exclusive for me and work for me in-house with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects and brand without having VTubers ask him for more commission work. I was happy to accept. I want to reiterate that this was Sak's decision and no one else's. Oh, wait a minute. So that just changes everything completely because Redacted says, oh, Bao is stealing our animator, when Sakramore himself literally said that it was his decision. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, this changes everything. Chat, this literally changes everything. So, Cinder is lying. Well, Redacted is lying. What the fuck? Hi, I'm going to bed, but give me your rates and turnaround time for a video like the Bao Experience one. Me and my editors loved it. Yo, all good. Yeah, I forgot to read this part down here. Let's keep reading. Here's proof of Sak mentioning his wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel manager, June Beppies. Hey, Beppies. June Beppies back in December 2024, refuting Red's claims that I locked him, aka Sakramore, up due to Boss Rush's success. Yo, is it fine if going forward I don't be credited in video descriptions? Okay. Thank you. I'd rather just be more an in-house type thing for Bao after this thing is done. It's the last commission I ever do for anyone besides Bao, and I want to make a name for myself through my own content and not really my work for others next year. Why aren't you involved in this privately? If you look at the timeline of events from Nano's document, some of those messages date back years. I found out about this less than 48 hours ago, and they did not give me common courtesy of talking to me privately about this over those years. My thoughts, feelings, my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in confidence with people I thought would be by my side years and years from now may have been used as information to ruin my chances to have the same VTuber model as someone I thought was my friend. And I don't know how I can ever be the same after this. I would like to ask the community to refrain from spreading any harmful information. Everything shared in this document was done so with the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the intent to refute the claims made about me in the screenshots. Thank you for taking the time to read this. See? This is how a document should be made. Not 1,000 pages of nonsense. 5 pages. Literally 5 pages. And it's funny to me because Bao literally debunked Redacted with just 5 pages. The entire document, this entire document. And she even has valid, solid, living proof that Saccamore wanted to do this by his own accord. So Red is just spouting bullshit. I mean, it's no surprise from him, but you know. So that you guys saw was the Bow document for reference. It's a good thing that the document was placed here. That way we know the others. That way, the moment that we see these documents here, we know the other side of the story, because that's my goal here. I want to understand how I really want to understand how how this happened, and I want to know every person's side in this whole fiasco. Like, I want to know everyone's point of view in all of this. So that's why I take the time to also read these other documents in the document itself, because I want to have all the cards in the table, so that when I finish reading this goddamn Google pages, I can give my final judgment on what do I think and who deserves to be forgiven and who doesn't. So yeah, honestly, chat, Bao just debunked Red with 5 pages. These two guys have to have 1,000 pages just for this shit. Which again, I think it's fucking ridiculous. I was very hurt by someone I thought was a friend. And the thing is, Bao is not putting the blame on Nano here. Bao is putting the blame on Cinder and Red, rightfully so. All right. Here is the entire thing. Here is the entire thing when it comes to Here's the entire thing when it comes to Cinder and Red's point of view. Bao has always been a great friend to me, and I couldn't own up to being a terrible friend to her when I wrote my apology. I've neglected Bao, the same as a lot of other friends of mine, for more than the others in my closest circle. There was so much I couldn't explain in my apology about what happened between Red and I over Bao. That's all presented below. Because of Red's resentment towards her after he thought she went out of her way to sabotage us at the end of last year, she became a sore topic between us. My partner's opinion of my friend pressured me to treat her differently to avoid any conflict between us. I never tried to talk to Bao about it because I didn't agree with Red to begin with, and I didn't want to start any drama between us. I was ignorant to the way she felt isolated from me and our other friends earlier this year. She was hurting and I didn't do anything about it. I'm sorry to her for never addressing the problem when I could have. And I'm sorry I made her feel unwanted. Now you're apologizing. That's the thing about these guys. After the damage has been done, that's when they start apologizing. They start apologizing literally when they get caught. But other than that, they don't apologize for shit. Like, hey, you had the opportunity. Why apologize now? The damage is already done. I knew Bao had a model plan with Nano. She showed it to me at WeebCon in March of last year. I also knew that the model was cancelled in August before she told me and our friends. I was told that Nano chose to cancel Bao's model so she could focus on her own content. I had no reason to ask to read Red's messages myself when this happened. When Bao messaged me and our friends, I felt bad that I already knew about. I felt bad that I already knew about it. I saw how excited she was about this model, but I didn't do anything to try and help her. I was under the impression this was what Nano wanted, and I've always been on Nano's side about what she chose to work on. As far as I was aware, Bao didn't have any plans with Nano for a model. Again, after that, I didn't know if it was ever replanned or that Red brought Bao up to Nano in their exclusivity deal in January. I did not and do not agree with what he said about Bao to her and then. Cinder, if you have disagreements with Red, why do you have him as your manager? I still don't trust him as a manager. I still don't. Bao was recovering from surgery when she was told one of her closest friends betrayed her. I don't know what she was shown or told by Nano and Shy Lily or our other friends involved when she made her decision to make everything public, but I believe she was misinformed. I wish she would have talked to me. I wish she would have talked to me first. But I don't hold that against her. I never talked to her when I knew Red had a problem with her and I was neglecting her. So I didn't deserve that courtesy back. Bao was encouraged to reveal my relationship with Red in her document, but she didn't. I appreciate her choosing not to say anything about it before I did. Bao was one of the first people who genuinely inspired me to become a VTuber in 2020. I was lucky enough to become her friend and get to know her. She works extremely hard on everything she does, especially her music, with how much bullshit she's been through. She's one of the strongest people I have ever met. Bao is the kind of person who always have her friends' backs. I'm sorry that I didn't do the same for her and for never being the friend she deserved me to be. Alright, here we go, Red. What are you gotta say for yourself? What are you gotta say for yourself, Red, you fucking asshole? I'm sorry to Bao. I completely misjudged her character, jumped to conclusions, and made a mistake that not only hurt her with Nano, but continued to hurt her because of my influence on Cinder's actions towards her for months afterwards. I'm ashamed of the way I felt about someone who's only being a supportive friend to us. I was too immature to look past my personal resentment towards her to talk to her about the things that made me feel that way in the first place. I went out of my way to get even with someone and take an opportunity away from them who had only hurt us in my own head canon. I also want to apologize to Bao for reassuring Nano it was okay to cancel her model last August. I was only considering Nano's feelings and how it would affect us, and not Bao. I'm sorry. Red, you're not sorry. I'm sorry, but sorry, not sorry, but you're not sorry to Bao. You know why? Because you wanted that exclusivity deal with Cinder. You made a headcanon that Bao was the villain. What are you doing? You literally, now is the time where you're actually, oh, I'm so sorry. But no, shut the fuck up, Red. You knew exactly what you were getting yourself into. And now and now you gotta face the consequences. So yeah, this that you did, Red, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, not sorry, but you brought this upon yourself, dude. This is the same fucking reason why I think that you're just, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're a shitty manager. You're a terrible manager. You are the worst manager I have ever seen. And God have I seen worse. Like this is like the thing that Red did in this situation. This is career ruining, by the way. This can ruin anybody's career. Like if you spread misinformation about someone, you're literally ruining that person's career. But Kurisu, wouldn't that make you a hypocrite because you're talking about Cinder right now? Okay, one, I'm a small VTuber, meaning that nobody's gonna give a shit about this about this stream. Probably. Secondly, I'm just reading what Cinder and Red wrote, meaning that they wrote this themselves, and they owe to the consequences that they write. And three, well, they're just twisting words left and right. In the Nanoless document, it just let in the Nanoless document, what I thought about it and what I managed to read is that Red was using manipulation tactics on Nano, and I know because I have been manipulated in the past by people who I thought were my friends. So I know exactly how being manipulated feels like. I know the language that people who manipulate often use because I've been there. I've been in those shoes of the person who got manipulated. I've been in the shoes, and there have been people that have seen me as a villain. You know, there's been people that see me as the worst person to ever exist. When people who know me don't even think of me like that. They're like, "Oh, you're describing somebody else that's completely different." So I know how being manipulated feels like, and Red is just a fucking manipulator. So this thing saying that, "Oh, I'm sorry to Bao," he's not sorry. He knew exactly what he was doing, and now he's got to face the consequences. Red, you're not sorry. Below, I've laid out anything Red or I experienced with or related to Bao that are relevant to everything that's happened. This includes conversations with our mutual video editor, Red's conversations with Nano about Bao's model, our real life experiences, and the production of Boss Rush's music video with Sacramore, leading up to what Red told Nano in their exclusivity deal. We already know this, we already know of this, so we don't have to reread it again. So now we're starting to read this for real, like the entire document. So here we go. September 30th, 2023. Video editor exclusivity number 1. The first time Red asked about our video editor about working with us exclusively was a couple weeks after we saw they had worked with Bao. Initially, I took them working with Bao personally when I shouldn't have. I thought it must have been because my content wasn't good enough, or as good as Bao's in this case. So in other words, wait. I took them working with Bao personally when I shouldn't have. I thought it must have been because my content wasn't good enough, or as good as Bao's in this case. I thought it could be that I wasn't paying them enough, so they were looking for other work. So from the looks of it, this looks like jealousy to me. This literally looks like jealousy. I was upset, but not at her. She was my friend. Red wanted them to have the time to do more for us in general. So he wanted to ask them about becoming exclusive for that reason. Red also asked how much they'd be looking to be paid for exclusivity. They turned him down and it wasn't a problem. We were both satisfied with their response and accepted their decision. I got over my insecurity and was happy they were supporting my friend with her content. It was only over our shared video editor that I ever saw Bao as any kind of competition, but it didn't affect how I treated her. In my apology, I said yes, Red and I were initially upset when Bao hired my editor, and I took it personally when I shouldn't have. I felt as if maybe my content wasn't good enough, or like I wasn't paying enough for his work, but I accepted it and was happy for him for getting that back and supporting one of my friends at the same time. Alright, so here's the conversations that they had with the editor. Okay, real talk. How much would we need to give you, or how much monthly income in order for you to make enough from us to be our exclusive editor? And is that even something you'd be interested in? We've been thinking about asking since we do want you to take on some Tashi work and the possibility of making more Cinder content. Sorry for taking so long to respond. I'm just thinking. Dude, I've seen you typing for like an hour now. I'm low-key having a panic attack, being like, well, this is where blank parts ways. Rip. Red, this is stressful. I'm sorry, take your time. Do not think about me. As much as I like editing for you guys, I don't think I would want to be entirely exclusive because I do like working with other people too. I already do prioritize you guys when it comes to accepting other commissions since they're selective. So if you guys want me to take on more Tashi and Cinder work, you still be priority. Also, I wanted to ask was if I could charge the normal $20 for shorts now instead of the discounted $8 we did in like October last year. Something that I've been thinking about for a bit is being paid for helping manage the YouTube channels, since I've kind of just been charging for editing the videos and not the thumbnails, uploading and community posts. Sorry for taking so long. So here is Red again. Not with Nano, by the way. This is Red already applying pressure to someone. He clearly says, hey, this is stressful. But Redacted, being the guy that he is, I see another thing about Redacted is that I see him being pushy. Way too pushy. He is pushy to the point where it is extremely uncomfortable. To the point where you would literally, like, he's literally a repellent for people to want to work with him. Like, no, just no. November 17th, 2023. Finding out about Bao's model. Red asked Nano about her current projects like he often would. Hey Nano, do you have a lot of models lined up still? Quite a few. Is it for every project? I also need feedback on the outfit changes, so I might change the toggles too. No, not for the project. I was just wondering, I know you're working on Blank and Silver, and one of our Mythic contacts said you'd be working with one of their clients soon. I'll go get the feedback now. It's pretty much like this for now. Silver Veil, Blank and Blank, Cottontail, Bow, and Cinder. And then the blank ones. Working and the waitlist ones. Oof. My oof reaction in this screenshot was due to the number of projects he had on her to-do list, not about who was on it. This was the first time I had seen Nano would be working with Bao on a model. I think we've already seen all of this in the Nano document, so I'm pretty sure we can skip more of it. So more of this is just repetitive shit, meaning that we can skip all of it. It's funny because this is supposed to be the Bao document, and we're still talking about Nano. Like we just can't escape Nano at this point. This is pretty much one commission every month, which means I can always put Cinder stuff in between easy. Okay, do you know what kind of model Bao wanted from you yet? Like, is it normal whale or is there a theme? And I thought you were talking to Blink about a model. She wants a big mommy Bao, like Blink. I was about to say, not the Bowberry. So like a lore outfit. Blank model is done for a while too. Oh lol. I mean, maybe it's a good thing we ended up reaching out to another artist about a model with how many you'll be doing. Starting the rigging. I was asking questions about Bao's design here to find out if it will be compatible with Boss Rush's theme, like a lore outfit. Boss Rush was only an idea between me and Cinder at the time, but we knew what the concept would eventually be, just not who would be included. Later in their conversation, Bao was mentioned again. Is the bird from Rio there with hedgehog spikes? They do this dancing session every day, so loud. But I mean, if you want to clear up your schedule for more work with us, again, if you want to clear up your schedule for more work with us, Red, you do know you do not own Nano, right? I always said this. I already said it in the Nano document, and I will say it again. You don't own Nano. You can't put all this pressure on her. I'm not going to stop you. Yeah, thinking on cleaning the most later ones. I don't know for sure right now, but I think maybe you should keep Bao. Big maybe. And that's all I'll say. Oh yeah, I really want to work with Bao. Are you designing Baos? After Nano said she was rethinking her waitlist, I said I won't stop her if she wanted to make more time for us. She responded saying she was thinking about getting rid of the later ones. I thought Nano should keep Bao on her list because she was Cinder's friend, but I didn't want to take a solid stance on it if Nano was thinking about removing her herself. Nano said here she really wanted to work with Bao. Counter argument, you're just putting more pressure on Nano for Nano to work on more of Cinder's stuff. I just not sure. We didn't get into the specifics yet since it's planned for June. Nano told me Bao's model was planned for June. Nano asked me about Bao's model timeline. Ask Red, my bad, not me. By the way, since you got plans, don't you think it would be best for me to have Bao's model done sooner or around June is okay? I really don't know at the moment. We're working on the winter model now and finishing the Gamer Subs art. Then the next thing might be the WeepCon thing. If we get the okay for it, then we gotta talk to Gamer Subs about Cinder's next product launch. So there's no plans for that right now. Then Cinder did wanna do a 2.0 oh no. Oh no, Chad, we're back to the bikini model. Damn, Red really loves that bikini, huh? For summer. So I don't know when that'd be the best to start so it can be done to rigging time and 2.0 model updates. And then the game project, which is still in the idea phase. So I can't give you any work for that right now. And there's always just more artwork for a stream. For posting spicy art or maybe a spicy comic, meaning forbidden arts probably. Maybe having it done sooner, so whatever happens later, I'll be open for it. Nano asked me when she should have Bao's model done. Nowhere do I say she should cancel it. Nano suggested she may get it done sooner than June. Counter argument, this is not the document where you say to Nano that you should cancel it. It's the other documents that it says that you should cancel it. So again, Red, you're twisting your words. Red, you're literally a piece of shit. This is not the document. You're trying to make us believe that this is the document where you say it, but it's not. March 29, 2024. At WeebCon is where Bao showed us her new model design Nano was working on for her. July 15th, 2024. July 19th, 2024. A She-Wolf cover song. Bao message Red about doing a cover of She-Wolf with me for her Halloween cover album. This was the first and only time she went to Red in their DMs to plan something with me. She first told Red this song would be a duet. I have a question. Is Cinder familiar with singing in Japanese? No. Okay, noted. She should definitely try, but I mean, I couldn't bank on it working out, lol. Nah, it's all good. For Halloween, I'm singing a cover album and was asking around to see who wanted to be a part of it. Would Cinder be down to sing a duet of She-Wolf with me? She's streaming, but I'll ask her. By Shakira. Okay, word. I'd be super flexible. We could change the key. She doesn't have to sing any lines she doesn't feel confident in, etc. She messaged Red again later, now telling him that Numi was involved. Red asked me about this and he told Bao that I said I was down to do it. I also said she could have just messaged me about this, and I don't know why she didn't. Red asked her to clarify if it would be just the two of us, like she said, or three of us now. But Bao never responded. But yeah, no rush in getting back. Actually, just kidding. The producer said he can take my commission right now, Lamau. Do you mind asking Cinder if she's down sometime soon? If not, let me know how can I let Numi know it'll be just us two. I think she's down. She said you could have just messaged her, lol. Is the song just you and her, or is Numi doing it too? From what your last message said, lol. Or is Numi doing a different song with you? I know it's super early, but do you have a release date in mind? Since it'll be for Halloween, are we doing any kind of MV or promo art? Or will it just be the song? And just curious, how many songs are you planning for this album? 3 days later, Bao messaged me to add me into her project server for the song. This was the first thing she said to me about it. Red never told me Bao said anything about Numi's inclusion in the 3 days since, and only told me it'd be a duet when talking to me about it. Numi being included wasn't a problem at all, and the three of us did the cover together. Come in here. So there's a Discord. We planned She-Wolf in here. It's just you and me and Numi. Wait, I thought it was just the two of us. Maybe Red didn't tell me everything. Bruh, it's you, me, and Numi. I told Red that if you didn't want to join then, it'll be just me and Numi instead. Oh, he told me you said it was a duet. I was just confused. I just thought it would be cute if the three of us did it. Because Numi has her kitty form, and I want my puppy form, and you're a wolf. Meow, I'm sorry. So it will not be a duet if that's the case. July 23, 2024. Bao's model cancellation. What page are we? We're on page 9. These are Red's DMs with Nano leading up to when she canceled Bao's model. No, same day. Wait, no, there's more pages here. So this is from July 23 to August 6. July 23 to July 26. Red asked Nano if she knew when Bao's model was going to debut, so we could plan our schedule around it, like we've done in the past with other people she worked with. It was the end of July, and he thought her model was already finished. The last time Nano had mentioned it to him was in November, and she told him she planned to have it done in June. We saw the design at WeebCon in March when Bao showed us. Thank you, Nano. I'll let you know if she asks for anything else. Oh, I wanted to ask you if you knew around when Bao was planning to debut her model from you. She planned for Valentine's. Thanks. Just want to check out on your schedule for the Angel model. Maybe Angel starting screen art and 3.0 model. Do you have any ideas for 3.0 release date? At the earliest April of next year, but probably May or June. Angel will be late November or December this year. Angel will be... Okay, we already read that. Dates are good then. Do you know when you're starting the Angel art? Oh, art. Probably right after model is done. Oh, no, I meant model. Like the art for the model. Angel Cinder is booked for start on October. Anything cool you working on lately? Flavor art and a model starting this week. You're doing a blank model? No. Model not for blank. Cinder's Angel model was booked for October. I was also excited for what I thought was a model she was working for someone else. Oh. Nano could give me updated PNGs. Nano could give me updated PNGs of these with all the fixes you've done. It's no rush. Could you give me updated PNGs? My bad. Okay. I might not take any commissions from that form. I feel like I want to be more into VTubing. No one cool applied? But yeah, I think you should do this, especially in Brazil where there isn't a big market. Always here to help with advice. Got a few cool ones. But I guess I want to move on with my own brand. But I'll work with Cinder until she dumps me. You have any tips on popping the bubble? Nano told me she didn't want to take anyone from her public commission form so she can do more streaming herself, saying she wanted to move on with her own brand and work with Cinder until we chose not to anymore. I encouraged her and offered her my help. Again, a counter argument, Red. This is not the document where you told Nano to cancel with Bao. What are you doing? I actually wanted to talk to you about that. Am I fired? Nah, I'm just kidding. Don't play with my emotions. Not yet. Anyone you can share. Also, what do you mean, LOL? The ones I'm interested in are blank, blank, and blank. But I'll think a little better about it. What would make a small community get people's eyes? Oh, nice. Honestly, I'm surprised there wasn't bigger names that applied. Like, you mean what it takes for a small VTuber to get lots of eyes on them? That's kind of my specialty. I did that. Yeah, pretty much. I got friends that are studying the VR market and planning things for a far future, maybe. Well, the advantage you have is that you have a brand. You have a well-known art style, you have lots of kids to promote you, and you don't have a small following. The challenge is that I can't really speak on the Brazilian market since I'm completely outside that demographic. But a good VTuber debut and advertising plan should work regardless of location. That's for sure. Advertising is really huge. What can I say is that as long as you're still drawing for Cinder, I don't mind helping you with advice and plans and stuff. As long as you're still drawing for Cinder. But what if she wants to draw for somebody else? Mio messaged me asking for guidance and said he wants to help you out more too if he can. So cute. Eo. So this all of this that we're seeing here, this is literally just Nano's document. This is literally from Nano's document. We've already read all of this shit. Like, we literally already read all of this. We just have to read the highlighted parts. Honestly, I will cancel my models if I didn't feel already so committed with them. Nano brings up the idea of canceling models first after expressing she wanted to do her own thing, and that she honestly would if she didn't feel committed to them. There's like 4 models, I think. Didn't start Bao yet. Is that Bao 2? Didn't start Bao yet. This is the one that's relevant to the Bao situation. The other ones, we already saw them in the Nano document. I swear these are my last models for a while. Okay, we'll find a new mama. I asked about Bao being one of the finished models that hadn't debuted yet because I was under the impression Bao was already done. Nano told me her model wasn't even started. Me saying to her that we'll find a new mama for being busy as was a joke, like earlier in the conversation when I joked about firing her. Do you like having do you have a can't read. Do you have like a time frame that you want to start doing your own thing, or just as soon as you don't have model to work? And what do you want to do on stream? I think it will be as soon as I don't have a model, as I don't have model work, but it will take quite the time. Actually, I was thinking of doing a proper debut for the model, just to chat to pretend they never saw the model before. You could just not use the model for a long time, then come back and pretend it's new. Then after the reveal, you can be like, this is the same model. Do you think Bao would kill me if I cancel with her? No, but she guilt trip you 100%. But if that's the best for you, then I think you should. There it is. There it is, chat. That's when Redacted decided to cancel Bao's model. That's when he literally told her, yeah, cancel with her so we can give you more of our work. Also, don't forget the bikini model. This is the one. Oh, she's gonna guilt trip you 100%. This is the headcanon that Redacted formed when it came to Bao. This document, from what I'm reading here, chat, this entire document, what I smell is jealousy. Well, actually, what I'm seeing here is just a bunch of jealousy in this document. I'm very guilty, Blay. I mean, the sooner you don't have work, you don't have model work, you can work on our own debut and stream stuff, and Cinder and I can help you out. So I'm not telling you to cancel her model, but it sounds like that'd be best for what you want to do. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Is about the last of the 3 you still have to do? Yep, got blank 2, which I'm considering canceling too. The other one I can't cancel because I settled to start right now, but I think I'll keep her. Settled to start right now? Oh, you mean the start model now? Yep. Was it supposed to be further in the future and they wanted it sooner? Out of nowhere, Nano asked me, do you think Bao would kill me if I cancel with her? She was already considering canceling it on her own. This was a huge difference from how she felt about Bao's model last November. Yeah, but you encouraged her to cancel with her. That's the huge difference. You literally told Redacted, you cannot make Nanoless into the villain here. Also, music check. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. You cannot tell that this was Nano's entire fault because you were pressuring her to do more work for Cinder. And you literally told her, oh, probably she's gonna 100% guilt trip you. Who do you think the real perpetrator in this is? Who do you think the real who do you think is at fault here? You, that's right. Oh yeah, I really want to work with Bao. I told Nano that I thought she should do what's best for her. That less model work meant she could do what she wanted to sooner. A counter argument. You said, oh yeah, less model work means we can have more, you can do more work for us. So that's a counter argument. And we help her with streaming. From my own experience with Bao, I thought she could be whiny and pushy when things didn't go her way. So I thought she'd complain and guilt trip Nano. Really? Really, Red? You thought that she could be whiny and pushy when you're the one that's pushy and manipulative? Are you serious? You don't have the right to say that. You really don't have the rights to say that. I feel like this is not even a Bao document. I feel like this is just an extension of the Nano document. So most of this information we already know. And he's just sounding like, they're just sounding like a broken record at this point. I never asked her to cancel Bao's model or any other model. Nano told me she was already thinking about it, plus canceling another VTuber's model. So this wasn't just about Bao. Nano could have said anyone's model and I still would have said the same thing if that's what she thought was best for her. And her doing so agreed with how I thought about more Nano models. She told me Bao's model hadn't even been started either, and I assumed all that was done must have been the design. I was closer to Nano than I was to Bao, so I was for supporting Nano with what she wanted to do over telling her to keep any projects she was already considering canceling. None of this context was shown in Nano or Bao's documents. Okay, wait. So, okay, let me reread this again because I feel like this is fucking ridiculous. Hold on a second. Hold on. I never asked her to cancel Bao's model or any other model. Redacted. If you said that you didn't tell her that, then why around here? Oh, yeah, okay. I never said that. I never asked her to cancel Bao's model or any other model. No, but she guilt you 100%. But if that's best for you, then I think you should. You didn't tell her, but you're like, oh yeah, you should definitely cancel with Bao. This phrasing right here, Red, do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? Do you look at yourself in the mirror even? I never asked her to cancel Bao's model or any other model. But if that's the best for you, then I think you should cancel Bao's model. Yeah, sure, buddy. We're not buying that story. Nobody's buying it. This is the reason why I say that whenever you see blue text like this in this document, this is the reason why I always say to take it with a grain of salt. Because honestly, this is fucking ridiculous. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's not good. Like it sucks. What are you doing? I'm gonna turn all this shit into a YouTube video, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I have all the fucking receipts when all of this shit is over. But this is supposed to be further in the future, and they wanted it sooner. No, I see. Well, the Angel model in art is the last big project we're doing for this year. So right after, we can help you, but with getting you started before we do anything 3.0. I can help you and Mio with tech and OBS stuff too. Thank you. I'll be a better mom to Cinder, I swear. Nano, you're fine. The only other person we consider a model from is Blank, and he's swamped with everyone in the world wanting his work, so you're stuck with us. You and Blank. If you're eventually not as busy between Cinder and model outfits, we'd love to just pay you for art that you can do on stream. If that's something you want to stream, lol. August 4, 2024 to August 5th, 2024. Red asked Nano if she decided to cancel any model projects like they had talked about before. He did not name anyone. Again, chat, this doesn't even feel... Look at this. Chat, how many... Look at... Okay, chat. All of this... This doesn't feel... This honestly doesn't feel like a... Look at all these pages with Nano and Red. This does not feel like a Nano document. This feels like an extension. This literally feels like an extension of the of the Nano document. It's not even the Bao document. You're literally sounding like a broken record. The both of you. Just wondering if you decided to cancel any other model projects. Why does he seem so keen on asking her if she canceled other projects? Like, it's like, I don't know why, but it's as if he gets this how should I say? I don't know why, but in the case of Redacted, it sounds as if he gets a turn on every single time that Nano cancels another VTuber. Because he's constantly asking, did you cancel any models? Hey, did you cancel any projects? How many canceled projects have you done? But no, just let them cancel. What the fuck? They're their own boss. You're not the boss of them. I checked with other clients and can't delay them. Didn't cancel anything yet. Actually, give me another moment. Blank needs some more things for the summer model. She said she added annotations to the Photoshop document for you. Cinder also wanted me to ask if you have the time to add a new dance animation to the summer model. We asked Blank too and are waiting to see what she says. Will do. What kind of dancing? The reason why I followed up and asked Nano if she had canceled anything was because it could possibly affect our project schedule with her. Nano said she didn't cancel anything yet. She did not tell me she decided not to cancel anything at all. Then she told me to give her a moment about it. She told me previously there were at least 2 models she was considering canceling. There were unrelated messages about my own project. They were talking about in between screenshots. So again, all of this information is completely... all of this information that we see is completely irrelevant to Bao. What we're looking for here is we're trying to look for Bao related stuff. We're not looking for Nano. Nano already had her own document and we already jumped into our conclusion that Nano was manipulated. And again, in these messages, it literally shows how the manipulation literally worked. So again, I think it's safe to skip all of... I think it's safe that we can skip all of this since we've already read it. So all of this shit, all of this that we've read, this is completely irrelevant to the Bao situation. So yeah, we can just bypass it. I bumped Nano again about 6 hours later and she said someone was replying to her now. Yeah, I can do ASAP. It's not you, Nano. I'm just between like 20 projects and IRL things right now. I'll give you a list when I talk to Cinder. Let me go do that for you. It's okay. I know y'all. Just live in a rush. Did you cancel any models? I did not. Nano arc delayed to 2026. Another 20 minutes later is when I say to Nano, did you cancel any models? In caps lock. It was in all caps because of the previous messages sent and the fact I still haven't heard anything from her about it. She said she didn't, and I said her arc of doing what she wanted to do would be delayed far into the future, joking with her like I always had. And this time you put it in caps lock. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna beat the allegations that you get a turn on from someone canceling models. I'm too scared to cancel with Bao. Here it is, chat. Here it is. Okay, this is actually relevant. So this document right here, this is actually a relevant thing. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. Yeah, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. Don't sell yourself short. I think she'd be fine with taking the design and finding someone else. I wouldn't offer it for free. Maybe half price. If she starts shit, lol. Yeah, you're right. I'll talk to her today. We'll also close the model inquiry today. Opening that was a mistake. Yeah, I just closed it and not say anything about it. Besides, thanks for applying or something. Like, don't announce, yeah, no one's getting picked. I changed my mind. Because people will get mad. Okay, okay. Chat. Let's go back to this. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast. Okay. Okay. Let me find it real quick. I never asked her to cancel Bao's model or any other model. She guilt trip you 100%. If that's best for you, I think you should. You shouldn't be. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast. You're not exactly telling her that you should that she can't she has to cancel it, but you're suggesting the idea that she should cancel it. Meaning that you're still taking a part on this. Oh yeah, I want to cancel with Bao. You're like, yeah, do it, do it, do it. Cancel with her, cancel with her, cancel with her. What are you doing, man? What the fuck are you doing? Nano brought up Bao again, saying she was scared to cancel with her. She didn't say she chose not to cancel any of her projects, or that she didn't want to cancel with Bao anymore. Only that she was scared to do it, which explained why she hadn't canceled anything yet. I was not the one to bring up Bao again, and I didn't specify anyone we had previously talked about. I reassured Nano about it, and I told her I thought she should at least be somewhat paid for the design she made and the work she put into it. My thought that Bao could possibly start shit over this was the same as I said before, where I thought she'd complain or guilt trip Nano over it. Nano agreed with me, then said she regretted opening her other model applications in the first place. All of the lead up to this conversation was left out of Nano and Bao's documents. Yeah, but you didn't mention the fact that you literally encouraged Nano to cancel Bao's documents, so, yeah. Piece of shit. Any fucking coward. Anyway, let me drink some water. Remember, kids, when streaming for long periods of time, remember to always hydrate. Ah, much better. Alright, let's do this. Don't announce. Yeah, we already read that. Feels like company auditions. Or just close the form and never say anything about it again, lol. That'll work too. Just engagement bait. I might just close silently. Yeah. Okay, I can start SINDER'S right now. Huh? So, I'll ask you to rush the list if possible. But the summer and dance stuff first. What did you do though? Just as my current model timeline, and it's safe to delay it a bit. 45 minutes after, Nano said she was able to start on SINDER'S Angel model right away, when earlier she said she wasn't able to and had planned to start in October. This was all Red told me in our DMs right after he talked to Nano. Nano's able to start the Angel model right after the summer fixes and dances. Yay. Oh, here's another fucking testament. Later that night, Red told me Nano was going to cancel Bao's model because she wanted to stream more and focus on her own VTubing career. Counter argument, your boyfriend encouraged her to cancel with Bao. That's what happened. So, yeah. That's literally what happened. Your boyfriend literally encouraged Nano to cancel Bao's model, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't feel bad. She's gonna 100% guilt trip you." So yeah. Red told me Nano was going to cancel Bao's model because she wanted to stream more and focus on her own VTubing career. He said we would help her out, and that Nano was able to start on my Heaven Hound model early now. I felt bad for Bao because I saw how excited she was about the design she showed us in person. But I was under the impression that this was what Nano wanted. She was my friend too, and I wasn't going to pressure her to do something she didn't want to do. I didn't see Red's messages and only knew what he told me. Alright, Red, how are you going to defend yourself? Even though you're not, but let's see. If I really wanted Nano to cancel Bao's model for some malicious reason, and knew I could make her do it through some kind of manipulation, which again you did, why would I have waited 8 months after I first found out about it in November 2023 and told Nano she shouldn't? Why did I wait 4 months at WeCon in March of... Dude, you're literally repeating the same shit in the Nano document. What the fuck? These are the exact same words. It's like you copy pasted this from the Nano document. Are you shitting me? Dude, this is literally copy paste. This is literally fucking copy paste. What the fuck? Although I was closer with Nano, Bao was still a friend, and I didn't have any problems with her back then. My opinion of how she should respond to Nano canceling on her doesn't... Okay, sorry about that. I was rudely interrupted, so let's keep reading. I didn't have any problems with her back then. My opinion of how she could respond to Nano canceling on her doesn't change that. Nano has worked with multiple friends of ours in the past, and it wasn't a problem, including Bao in this situation. I was supporting that what Nano expressed to me she wanted to do for herself, and as her friend, I reassured her it would be okay. Yeah, you assured her, all right. Oh yeah, I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast. Because you know why? Because she's gonna 100% guilt trip you. Where the fuck is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's up there. Fuck it. It's literally up there. Oh, no, but she'll guilt trip you 100%. But if that's the best for you, then I think you should. Uh-huh. Sure, buddy. You're supporting her. Yeah, you're supporting her decision to cancel a model because you see Bao as competition. Sure, buddy. Sure. Sure. Right. This wasn't for Nano to have more time for us instead of anything she had planned. Right. Even though, oh yeah, you can do more work for us and this and all that. The only projects we had upcoming with Nano at this time was SINDER'S Angel model and starting screen art, which were content with being started in October, like Nano told me before. It was only after all of this that Nano told me she could start it earlier, which affected our project timeline. That's why I asked if she decided to cancel anything, but I didn't expect her to move our project up. Dude, again, this entire statement, this is literally copy paste. You literally copy pasted this entire document from the Nano document. We are literally reading the same shite. We're reading the same shit. What do you mean? Like, dude, you serious right now? This is not how you make an apology. An apology should be words coming from the heart, not copy pasting this shit from other documents in the Bao one, like in the Nano one. My bad, dude. I swear, I swear to God, I swear to God, chat. I'm telling you, if I find, I want to do something real quick, chat. We may be, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta do this. I literally gotta do this. Chat, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go straight to the Nano document and I'm gonna find exactly those same exact words. Alright? Damn, this is taking a long ass time. I forgot how big this document is. Alright, we're going to Nano list, even though again it's lots of pages. Okay, that was this was Silver Veil. We're trying to search for the one where he talks about Bao. Because it's around here somewhere. It's probably in the hundreds. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wait, wait, wait. Now we gotta go a little bit slower because it's around here somewhere. We are close. Okay, I didn't... Nano model... No, that was cotton and silver. We need to find bows. We're getting closer, though. Giri... Wait, actually, I think we should find the date. We should find the date. August 4. Okay, so we're looking for August 4, 2024. Okay, August 4, 2024. Okay, we jumped a lot. Never mind. Then there's this is the fucking document that he's like, oh yeah, because I think this is the one with the trading that he compares models to trading cards. No, it's not that one. Yeah, we're trying to find the bow documents that he had around here. Oh wait, no, this is 2023. There's just a lot of shit here, dude. Literally a lot of shit here. Wait. Okay, August. We're not in August yet. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, chat. Let's see. I thought Nano. Definitely not that one. Wait, are we even in the same date? No, we're not. No, we're not in the same date yet. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, it's the same! Oh my god! Oh my god! 1-to-1! Chat! Oh my god! It's 1-to-1! It's literally copy pasted! Holy shit! Oh my fucking god! You know what I'm gonna do? Chat, look at this. Look at this. Nano brought up a bow again. Actually, you know what? Let me I want to line this up perfectly. I want to line it up so you guys can see what we're dealing with. Now this one has to be lined up. Never mind. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read the entire thing so that you guys see that it's copy pasted. Nano brought up Bao again, saying she's scared to cancel with her. She didn't say she chose not to cancel any of her projects or that she didn't want to cancel with Bao anymore, only that she was scared to do it, which explained why she hadn't canceled anything yet. I was not the one to bring up Bao again, and I didn't specify anyone who had previously talked about. I reassured Nano about it and told her I thought she should be at least somewhat paid for the design she made and the work she put into it. My thought that Bao could possibly start shit over this was the same as I said before, where I thought she'd complain or guilt trip Nano over it. Nano agreed with me, then said she regretted opening her other model applications in the first place. All of the lead up to this conversation was left out of Nano and Bao's documents. Oh my god! Chat! Oh my god! It's literally copy pasted! Look at this shit! Oh my god! This is not genuine! These entire documents, this is not genuine! If you, okay. Okay, chat. Oh my god, chat. I gotta text this to my friend. Hold on a second. I gotta send this to my friend real quick. Hold on a second. I gotta send this to my friend real quick. Dude, what the fuck, man? Okay, so all of this shit is literally irrelevant to us. I mean, sure, it has to do with Bao, but it's irrelevant because we've already seen this shit. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh, I don't know who made this document. If it was Red, my god, Red. You are terrible at making Google documents. Copy pasting in that shit. If I was your college teacher, I would have given you an F, literally, for copy pasting. And chat, this is the nanoless section, right? And this is the bow section. Corporate wants you to identify this picture and this picture. That's right, they're the same picture. Oh my fucking god. Word to word. You could compare the two images and not see a fucking difference. I mean, the only difference is that it says Bao and Nano. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. So all of this shit that we're seeing is completely irrelevant. Since we already read it before, so all of this, there's no point in reading it. Actually, hold on. Wait. Let's go back to that. Hold on. Hold on. That better not be true. Yes, I did take a break from reading that because, you know, again, I'm taking a break from reading more pages because so that you guys can see how ridiculous this is. All right, let's go. Let's look for August. Okay, there's August again. Chat, no, it's the same shit. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. And I lined them perfectly too. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. So all this shit is irrelevant then. All of this shit could have been said in a YouTube video. They did not have to do this shit. Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. We've already read this shit. All of this shit, we've already read it. Oh, okay, maybe not this. Okay, never mind. Yes, we did. Oh my god. Chat, this is literally a copy paste. It's literally a fucking copy paste. There's no need to read this shit. They're the same picture. Okay, maybe this one isn't, but oh my fucking god. I'm a motherfucking detective and I'm also built different. Nobody talks about this in the fucking document. Chat, the people who claimed to have read the fucking document, they do not talk about that some of the sections in the document are literally copy pasted from each other. Yo, this is fucked up. Literally the exact same words. Nothing changes. So all of this shit we've already read. So we don't have to reread it again since it's already in the nanoless section. You gotta be shitting me. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Redacted, I hate you with all my being. You're making me read garbage that I already know about. Okay, wow, that was a shit show. Let's keep reading, I guess. Oh my god, dude. What do you mean you copy-pasted? Instead of repeating it, dude. Alright, here we go. August 9th, 2024. Video editor exclusivity number 2. The second time Red asked our video editor about becoming exclusive was after our editor had stepped down from working with us on August 5th. Instead of finding a replacement, we wanted to see if they could have the time to fill the gap in content left behind, plus any extra videos they'd be available to make for us. Red offered them a raise, but they didn't turn him down and we moved on. This had nothing to do with Bao. Okay, side thing. Cinder and I have been talking about you. Considering our predicament, we'd like to make you an offer. So we lost Blank and now we need shorts, and even Blank helping out. There's a problem with consistency. So anyways, we'd like to offer you Blank a month of our to be our exclusive editor. Pick up those extra shorts, maybe do more clips, and the occasional midweek videos, which you've already been doing. And it's okay to decline, we won't be mad, lol. And you can think about it for a while, no worries. This isn't like a deadline thing. I was about to go back to sleep after you sent this so I can respond in the morning, but then I got anxious about not responding, so I'm at my PC now. Blank, you can go to sleep. I appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna decline on it. I definitely agree that we need more shorts for consistency. So while I'm looking for a shorts editor, I can do 2 shorts a week on top of the 3 that Blank will be doing. I think the main issue is getting at least 5 clips that work for short format every week. So something I've been thinking about is changing the post rules in the Cinder Clips channel in the Discord to include what stream the clip is from and the context of the clip. Really push for Twitch clips to be named. There's so many people that clip Cinder thanking them for the resub and it's not named. See, even the editors, like when these motherfuckers ask for exclusivity, every editor rejects them for good reason. All right, August 27, 2024. Last solo collab with Bao. We finally left the nanoless document. This has nothing to do with nano, so we can finally talk about Bao for real this time. Oh my god, my throat. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, my eyes are like this simply because of the dumbassery that I've noted earlier. A copy-pasted document. Yo. Oh, my friend responded. Let me see what he said. my friend responded with a meme. Okay, that made my day. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's go. All right. That's enough trolling for now. Let's go back to reading. Oh my god, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. All right, August 27, 2024, last solo collab with Bao. This was the day of my last one-on-one collab with Bao. She had asked me to make clay animals together on August 3rd, 2024. And it took us 3 weeks to get materials delivered and finally schedule it. We ended up making VTuber mascots. I was happy Bao wanted to do something artsy together since I already did my own crafting streams and I wasn't able to do hand cam crafting collabs with other VTubers very often. Finally, we're talking about Bao and not about Nano like in the last time. This is actually Bao's thing. For real this time. Hello, can we do a hand cam stream where we make clay animals together? I'm so bad at sculpting, Lamau, but that sounds like it could be fun. August 31st, 2024, Natural Disaster. Bao released her original song Natural Disaster, featuring our other friends alongside her. This event is here because of what I watched Bao say on her stream either on the day the song was released or sometime in the couple weeks before then. She was talking about how difficult, frustrating, and time-consuming it was to work with inexperienced singers on music projects, and that she would rather work with V singers from now on, who know what they're doing and can match her high skill level. These were her closest friends she was talking about, live on stream. I couldn't find an archived VOD of the stream anywhere to prove this happened either. What I remember is how it made me think Bao viewed her friends and how I felt about it. Chat. The more I read this shit, the less genuine, the less credibility it has. Song check. The more I read this document, the less credibility it has simply because it's literally copy pasted. Oh my god. At this same time, like, wait, I couldn't find an archive VOD of the stream anywhere to prove this happened. What I remember is how it made me think Bao viewed her friends and how I felt about it. Yeah, where you made your own headcanon, your own shitty headcanon. We know that. At this time, Bao knew me and I were working on our She-Wolf cover. Red told me this and it made me anxious about the song. And I felt like I had a lot of pressure on me to do well. I barely had any singing experience and wasn't anywhere near Bao's level, but she asked me to be part of this and wanted to do my best for her. Alright, so then September 19th, 2024 to September 23, 2024, TwitchCon 2024. There's 3 things that happened at TwitchCon last year that further formed the opinion I had of Bao. Alright. Let me see. What prompted you to make Bao's headcanon? Your headcanon for Bao? 1. The first night there, Cinder, her friends, and I went out to dinner somewhere nice. Bao was supposed to be there with us, but never showed up. It was the first chance the close friends had to see each other in months, in person, away from work, and she blew them off. Everyone present was talking about her not being there. 2. One of our friends was telling us that they were working on a song with Bao, and Bao asked about them having a music video to go with it. The song this friend was making with Cinder at the time was planned to have a music video, but they weren't planning on having one for the song with Bao. They said that Bao got upset with them, guilt-tripping them over their decision about their own content. This reinforces what I had told Nano about Bao. Bad idea. 3. The last night before everyone went home, the friends were planning to go to dinner. I ended up getting sick and stayed behind. In the group chat, while they were figuring out where to eat, Bao said that she wanted to go somewhere fancy or she wasn't going. This was the last night everyone was together, but there were still caveats. She had just to spend time with her friends. Neither Cinder or I have access to this group chat anymore. What if I know that you're not making this shit up? Like, what if I know? What if I assume that you're not making this shit up? Because you may be making this shit up. At a party at TwitchCon was where we met Sakramore, Bao's video editor. He came to me and said he'd love to work together and make a music video for me, which is why Redwood asked him to make one for Boss Rush. August 28th and October 4th. Wait, no, that's September. September 28th and October 4th. Sakramore and Boss Rush's music video 1. Since this is the first time Sakramore has been mentioned, here's a document for reference. Alright, let's take a look at it. How many pages is this? 8 pages. It's not that much. Alright, let's read. This is going to be very unorganized, but I'll try and keep this brief since I don't really think that they, Red specifically, deserve any more of my attention after hearing what they've said about me, and also how working with them was. First off, to address this, yeah, the fact that Bao took our editor. I asked Bao to go anonymous and in-house because I had been wanting to focus on my own projects for 2025. Since I had spent pretty much all of 2023 and 2024 doing video for others, I was having a lot of people's companies reach out asking me to work for them, and I am not good at saying no to work opportunities. So he has the same problem with Nano, that they have a difficult time saying no. Since in general, being just an editor is not a long-term sustaining thing in most scenarios, hence why a large majority either turn to becoming managers or their own content creators with their own platforms. So I just wanted to be left alone this year to work on other things than just editing for other people, which is why I want to be separated from my commission work, since I do not like the idea of just being labeled an editor. We already read this, so we don't have to reread it again. When me and Cinder initially discussed working on a music video project at TwitchCon, everything was fine and friendly. However, the part that is stated as practically jump through hoops is, well, a bit of an overstatement to say the least, since they had asked me a significant amount of times trying to get me to work with them after I told them no multiple times, and I only said yes because they offered double pay. Really? I told them no multiple times, and I only said yes because they offered double pay. Redacted. Redacted. Red, your colors are showing. You wouldn't happen to be available for a music video in a week or two, would you? Oh, I'm completely full every day. This month, and earliest I could do is November 9th. Just checking, thank you. No problem, 100% for one after that date though. Sorry to bother you, but do you know the exact release date? Since I could try working something out to fit in if you want. By the second-ish. Okay, is it alright if I let you know 2 or 3 days? This month is a dummy busy. Hey Red, thanks for waiting. So, been trying to figure out if there was any feasible way I could slide Cinder into my schedule this month. But between moving in my new apartment this week and the Halloween album, 7 music videos, I think November 9th is the very earliest I can start. I'm very sorry, but if there's any projects after that date y'all would like me to do, I can lock y'all into my calendar 100%. Again, very sorry for any inconvenience. How long does it usually take for you to edit a music video? I can't read that shit. That's too small. Oh my god. Depends on complexity and length, so optimal will be a little over a week or 2 for Rush. Oh my god, I can't read this shit. I'm gonna have to skip that one, unfortunately. Wait. Okay, how would you feel about me giving you everything for the music video now? I work on it. Okay, between your other projects, and have it to me by the end of October. I really would love to be able to squeeze y'all in, and absolutely would if I could. But I genuinely don't have any days free until November 9th and at the earliest. This month and start of November is literally just an ass beating for my schedule. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks, Dosak. All right, we already read the small text. Jesus fucking Christ, that was so small I could barely read it. When was it you were free again? Things have been pushed back a lot. November 9th is my last music video for Bao until like first week of December, I think. When is Cinder coming out now? When it's ready. To be honest, I'll probably start in a day or two after I wrap up the Bao. I wrap up the Bao music videos. In that case. So okay, wait. When it's ready. To be honest, I'll probably start day or two after wrap up Bao's music video. In that case, this song has a lot of typography. Is that something you're good with? Can I hear it? If not, no worries. Just so I can get an idea. Yeah, is it in English or Japanese? English. England is my city. I'm kidding. I know England is a country. Don't insult me for that one, chat. I just said it's a rage bait. England is my city. Lots of animated text with different fonts. But yeah, that's fine. Is it just one still image she is using for her artwork? No, I can send you more details in a week or two. Yeah, that should be good. Just HMU when you got more info, but I'm super down. Hear me here, is it hear me out? No, it's not hear me out. Are you available? Sorry for getting back to you so late. All good. I'm still 100% down to do it. I would be able to start like first or second week of December for like mid-December release if that's okay. We're hoping end of November release. Oh yeah, that'd be impossible for me. Like I said, I'm still super down to do it and really hope to be able to work with Cinder on the video, but my schedule is always super packed slash fully planned weeks and months ahead without much wiggle room. So just let me know what you'll like to do or feeling. What if we pay you double? You can send the invoice to. We'll get it paid ASAP. Also, I'm not sure what they're on about with Bao not knowing about me working with them. Since I asked Bao with Cinder and Red standing right next to me at TwitchCon if it was fine, since I had agreed to do all the Halloween album but would probably miss one of the songs, and she had no problems with it at all. I come bearing gifts. I hope the girlies like it. Also, the stream was pushed back for the reason... Okay, I gotta read this. Also, the stream was pushed back for the reason of the video wasn't done yet. Wait, so Sakramore is also part of this. I should honestly, like, you know, try to get someone. I want to get someone in an interview when it comes to this document because there's a lot of stuff in here that really needs debunking. Sun was going up at 2 p.m. if I remember. However, this part really got under my skin due to the fact that it was just straight up not true. And if something goes wrong in the video production line, no matter who's at fault, the blame will fall to the editor or animator pretty much every time. I'm still not sure why stream was pushed back. So I felt as if I was getting passive aggressively blamed publicly on stream in front of thousands for the lateness really upset me since the video was not late, even under a very tight deadline, where I did not even receive all the work until the 18th, the first full master until the 19th, and was then asked to also make a teaser version as well as an ad for the end of the video for their merch on the 21st, which I was not informed of at all prior to planning. I also had skipped going home for Thanksgiving after having a family member pass to get this video done and rush the hell out of it. Entire video was done from scratch in a little under 2 weeks, since there were quite a few both visual and audio assets I did not have at the time that even remotely resembled what the final product will sound like. So I felt this was an attack on my work ethic, which is something I take quite a lot of pride in. I did not receive the merch assets until the 27th as well either. Oh god, even more small text. You did nuts. Everyone loves it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving this out, Zach. Fans are gonna go crazy for this song. Yeah, this is very small text. I can't read this shit. Chorus color changes. Tricky eye fix. Chorus trailer for Tweeter. Individual trailers also for Tweeter. Even with revisions and all the extra trailers, the video was completed and delivered on time, with enough time for YouTube to process the 4K version. There's probably more that I should clarify since I'm aware this is unbelievably poorly organized. But I'm very tired and don't feel like giving any energy to these people. If there's anybody who has questions for me, just send me a DM. Okay, so I'm not sure if Sacramore still has his name on Discord, but I would love to ask him a couple questions. Actually, let me look for his name in Twitter. I hope he's got DMs open because then this shit would have been for nothing. Sacramore TV. I think I found him. Oh yeah, I found him. I gave him a follow. I gave Sacramore a follow, and yeah, I feel that I would love to have an interview with him if possible, of course. Feel free to read if you want. Go show love and support to both Nano and Bao though. Red reached out to Zach after TwitchCon about a music video project, which was the one for Boss Rush's song. They discussed it over the week, but Zach couldn't fit it in his schedule at the time, which is exactly what we read. This is exactly what we read seconds ago. Let me see if there's something different here. You won't happen to be available for a music video in a week or two, would you? Oh, I'm completely full every day this month, and the earliest I could do is November 9th. Yeah, we already read all of this. I'm 100% down after that. Yada yada yada. We've already read all of this. Figuring out whether they could slide the schedule. This one took 3 days. Yeah, there's the bow edit. Okay, cool. Just for reference, but depends on complexity and length, so optimal will be a little over a week or two-ish for Boss Rush. How would you feel about me giving you everything for the music video now? Work on it in between your other projects and have it to be by the end of October. I really would love to be able to squeeze y'all in. Absolutely, would if I could, but I genuinely don't have any days free until November 9th at the earliest. So this is him telling him, "Oh yeah, I don't have this many days, you know. So you guys are going to have to be a little patient." We already read all of this. We don't have to reread it again. October 5th, 2024 to October 18th, 2024. There's two things that happened during our trip to Japan with our friends last year. Bao got mad at another one of our friends for something that happened at a restaurant with a rude owner. She got pissed and yelled at and belittled our friend when they did nothing wrong. They confided in Cinder and I afterwards and were very upset over it. But it was fine because they said this is just how Bao is. Everyone got together for what we called our Canadian Thanksgiving dinner since it was a few days earlier. It was the last night of all the friends would be together, just like TwitchCon, and again, Bao never showed up. She said she was on her way and then sometime later said never mind, she's not coming. We all were aware this was the last time we'd all see each other until 2025. After TwitchCon in Japan, I was pretty convinced about how I thought Bao viewed and valued her friends outside of making content together. I experienced these things in Japan and at TwitchCon too. I was put off by them in the moment, but I didn't think about them beyond when they happened. October 23 to November 30th, 2024. Sackramore and Boss Rush's music video. After getting back from Japan, Red messaged Zack again about Boss Rush's music video since the planned release date was pushed back again. These are all of their DMs over the course of the music video's production. When was it you were free again? Things have been pushed back a lot. November 9th is my last music video for Bao until the first week of December, I think. When is SINDER'S coming out now? When it's ready. This is extremely disorganized because Red, oh, when is SINDER'S gonna come out? Oh, when it's ready. What? You're not gonna give a specific date. You're not gonna give a specific date. Okay. Okay. To be honest, probably start on it a day or two after I wrap up the Bao music videos in that case. This song has a lot of typography. If that's something you're good with, can I hear it? If not, no worries. Just so I can get an idea. Yeah, is it in English or Japanese? English. Typography is one of my stronger points. I feel like so I'm 100% comfortable with it. Something like this. Holy 9 minutes. This isn't the song, lol, just a reference. Oh. Lots of animated text with different fonts. But yeah, that's fine. Is it just one still image she's using for artwork? No, I can send you more details in a week or two. Yeah, that should be good. Just hit me up when you got more info, but I'm super down. Bao's got pushed back, so I can start SINDER'S as soon as I get the assets and things if you're still down. Are you available? Sorry for getting back to you so late. Oh good, I'm still 100% down to do it. I will be able to start like first or second week of December for like mid-December release if that's okay. We're hoping end of November release. Yeah, Redacted is extremely pushy when it comes to Redacted is extremely pushy when it comes to to all of this. It's like, dude, you didn't even give him a specific date. Oh, when is it gonna be ready? Oh, when it's ready. Oh, but we were, it's when it's ready. Oh, but we were hoping for an end of November release. So not only are you a manipulator, you copy paste documents. You are extremely disorganized as a what? You are a very disorganized. Oh my god, you are Redacted. You are a very, very, very disorganized manager. What is wrong with you? Oh yeah, that'd be impossible for me. He got full at the moment, like with 7 other videos this month. Like I said, I'm still super down to do it, and I really hope to be able to work with Cinder on the video, but my schedule is always super packed or fully planned weeks and months ahead without much wiggle room. So just let me know what y'all like to do or feel. What if we pay you double? Can I hear the song or demo just so I know what I'm getting into? Fine, all leakers, but it's top secret. I offered to pay double for Zack's work because I knew he'd be a tight deadline and was desperate for his help. Zack was one of 2 music video editors we knew, and the other wouldn't have been able to pull off this video in this time frame. Zack's music videos always come out great, and this project needed to be the best it could. Here's the problem! Sackramore literally said, dude, I can't do this. No, 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 no. But you still pushed through. Why? The reason why he accepted to begin with was because you offered to pay double. Man, Redacted is pushy as fuck. My lips are sealed. It's an original song. This is an earlier version of it with the placeholder vocals and a couple of outdated lyrics. The final version is being worked on with the new vocals. I have lots of pretty art that goes with it. Blank and I'll cook. Song's a banger. Sounds like Blank doing the audio, right? When can you have it to us by? I can send all the assets, MV direction, and lyric changes tonight. Besides, the final mix, which is still work in progress. Yeah, it's them doing it. I'll start on it the 16th or 17th, the latest. I have Bao collab video and IRL content that I can move around. I want I want done by then. Don't know exact date when it'll be done since I'ma just have to giga grind on it. Don't know exact date when it'll be done, so since I'ma just have to giga grind on it. We already read that. I'd say the absolute deadline is like 27th. After any edits or changes to Cinder may ask for. Oh yeah, it'll be done by then. Well, maybe the 28th. I want to have it I want to have it done on the 25th latest. Blank can get it uploaded the night before. But 24th is my goal. 24th or 25th would be perfect. Since I have Bao original song due on the 30th, you can send the invoice to Blank whenever. We'll get it paid ASAP. Is it fine if I do it after the video is done? Helps me stay motivated, Lamau. Sure, no problem. Here's a drive link to all of the animated artwork. It's over 19 gigs, so this is probably a better way to do it. Lol. All good. Can I get credits list while I'm thinking about it? In general, we wanted to do something similar to this League rap video, with the lyrics on screen next to each of them during their parts, and then the references stylized like the game or franchise they're from. I'll send the lyrics. What reference is there? And more in depth of shot by shot we were thinking. Cinder Tricky Vienna vocals. I'll ask Blank how they want to be credited. But they're doing everything else about you and you music video, lol. Aye, sounds good. Hey Red, checking in to see if I could get a draft mix of the song with Cinder and Vienna vocals, as well as an updated lyrics sheet, so I can start on it as soon as possible. We'll get everything I have to you today. I only have a draft mix with Cinder and Tricky at the moment, and Tricky's vocals may be changed. That works for now as long as it's like in the same realm of similarity to the final, since I will go ahead and start on Cinder's part. There's also a couple of more animated variants I'm waiting on. No stress, appreciate it. Ah, okay, thanks for letting me know. Here's the latest miss I have. And for this specifically, it's the group art background itself, and the three girls separated from it. Here's the lyrics. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh wait, this has to do with Bao simply because of the... Like, there's a lot of irrelevant shit here that doesn't have to do with Bao, and it's literally just about the music video. So we want to start with the group shot of them panning up in silhouette with glowing eyes, which we'd like to as a separate teaser video if possible. Then each of them will be solo during their respective verses on their own backgrounds, my bad. They also have multiple variants to change halfway through their verses or something. Cinder has her standard pose, but also her hands with fireballs. The choruses will be the group art of them all together. You can keep the camera close to their upper bodies. Don't need to have the full art in frame, and you can have fun with the camera. We want to go heavy on the text editing, like the League song reference I sent. For the video game reference, lyrics have their fun edited like the game logos. And beyond that, just fun edits on the text to make the lyrics interesting to watch. For instance, Cinder's line, "The demons kept away with locks, but now I'm fucking breaking them," could have some kind of lock breaking animation with chains or something. I don't know, these are our ideas, have fun with it. Also, the song is my name and the group is Boss Rush. I will get you that animated stuff as soon as I have it. And if there's anything else you need, let me know. Sounds good. I got some brainstorm ideas. We'll hop on this early tomorrow and send y'all something in about a little over a week. Hopefully, Lamau, since this one's gonna is really complex. Can't read. Reading ain't reading. My god, this is so much. The group animations are updated in the Drive folder. Sounds good. Thanks. Finished most of the 3D modeling and MoGraph assets yesterday this morning, and we'll be finishing up intro today, as well as hopefully making some good progress on the first verse. Thanks, Zach. Can you help send a work in progress too to show Cinder? First version of the master. So this is pretty much what they're showing here is a bunch of stuff that is done for the music video at the time. But again, a lot of this information is completely irrelevant to Bao. Well, I mean, I already showed you guys earlier a bit of the copy pasted. I already showed you guys a bit of the copy pasted wording that both the Bao and Nano documents had. I skip reading. Waiting to see if there'll be any edits. I have an idea of most of the rest of the edit and most of the assets made. Leading into the video game theme, my general plan is for each verse to be representative of a level. Cinder is level 1, which is Hell. Tricky is level 2, which is Earth and Purgatory / Egypt and stuff. And Vienna will be level 3, which is Space or Cosmic. Also, ignore the audio slowdown. That's just running out of RAM while screen recording, lol. Damn, these editors are built different. Holy shit. Also, it's displayed at half quality for performance. Will be full quality or 4K for final OBV. Two things. Do you want a higher quality version of Cinder's logo that you have on her cabinet? LOL. And can you keep the art unflipped? For instance, Cinder's design isn't symmetrical, so at the very end, the flip image looks wrong. Yeah, I will unflip it. I don't really think higher quality PNG will be noticeable once it's full quality and up to 4K. Let me know what Cinder says. As Blank would say, I'm putting my boozy into this. What the fuck? Holy shit. It slows down because of his RAM, not because it's actually like that. I was gonna say, lol, this is gonna be so good. Show the girls, I'm gonna cry. Again, I'm still confused as to what does all of this have to do with Bao. Like, this is in the Bao document, but most of this stuff doesn't have to do with her at all. This is just Sacramore and Redacted planning Cinder's music video, but in a grand majority of this, it does not mention Bao at all. Like, at all. Okay, maybe except here, but still. We're gonna keep reading anyways because I don't wanna skim on something on this document. But yeah, most of this information is quite irrelevant. I also noticed you're keeping the shots of them literally up at their faces. Like I said, lol. You can pull the shots out a bit more and have the zoom be more varied through the song. There's a lot to each art piece to see. We trust the vision. Yeah, it'll be more varied poses and stuff. Wanna have viewers make eye contact with them, like the girls are looking down on them as powerful mythical beasts, but we'll switch up to body shots of each of their own verses of progress. You have my word, I will not disappoint you all. Got a lot more things to show for sure. Exactly. Just sorry about that, chat. That's my office phone. Hold on a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, chat. That was my office phone. Yes, I have an office phone here in hell. Thankfully. I was ordering some pizza, so... Ninja Prime, welcome in! Mosh. And thank you for the lurk as well. And yes, we are still reading the Cinder documents. No time to chat? No, that's fine. At least you can... You got pizza to eat? Well, I mean, I'm gonna have pizza soon, right after I'm done with tonight's stream. So, hey! That makes two of us, am I right? Anyways, let us keep reading. You have my word, I will not disappoint you. Oh, exactly. Just didn't want you to feel limited to that, since that's what I said, lol. Just realized that the Google Doc is missing that Cinder's line Despair and Breakdowns is a reference to Dangang Harompa. Also, the group files were updated to fix a small art error. Okie dokie. I'll make a note to change it out before I render it. Could you make the teaser video too, Zach? And one of the chorus to post with the release? Yeah, they're all wanting to just use the intro for a teaser. And yeah, once I finish the video, I'll render out the chorus as separate for post. I think that'd be okay. Maybe without the credits text though. Like the song and group name. Right, song and group name. And the Cinder, Tricky, Vienna, and yours, and blank credits. Just for the teaser. I'm allergic to bullshit. I'm sorry, chat. I'm gonna see about getting you into the music without the Cinder at the end so it can cut better in the teaser. Sounds good. Once I finish Cinder's verse and the chorus, a big chunk of the video is done since Tricky won't take much time from how I imagine it. And Vienna's will have a couple parts that'll be time consuming, but couple chill parts. Should have Cinder's finished up in like 2 days. Probably day and a half though. I'll have more music for you soon. There's the music, there's a teaser audio. When do you want the teaser since I'll render them on a day before I go to bed? Probably by the end of Sunday or Monday morning. It shall be done. Thank you, Bubby. Hey, Zach, there's gonna be merch dropping with this, and wanted to ask if you could put a 10-second ad image at the end of the music video with the instrumental or something. Could have blank re-render the music video with ad included too. Yeah, that's fine, I can do that. Also, here's the intro rendered with different audio and credits, overlays taken off for Twitter. Just a heads up though, I am going to be a few delayed as there was a semi-unexpected family member passing 2 days ago, and I'm going to be going home for 2 days to be with my family. I should still be able to have it to you all before the end of the month, but just wanted to let you all know if you all would like a bit of discount for the delay, do let me know. Oh damn, I'm sorry to hear that, Zach. I hope you're doing okay. Do you think by the end of the 28th is possible? No, not sure. Probably 29th or super early 30th. I'll make sure revisions are turned around a few hours after I get them so that it'll be ready to post. We were planning for the 29th at 3 p.m. Eastern time for it to go live because we have some merch launching with it at the time. Okay, I will try my best and make it happen. We appreciate it. Thank you, Zach. No worries, brother. Can you send me PNG files for the merch? Instrumental for the ending. Still waiting on PNGs and or just an ad image. Also, we'll have the final mix soon. I think this is the final mix. Waiting on a full consensus. Dope. Thank you. Started Vienna's verse today, so need to make the league cinematics, MoGraph for her, and ending 3D section, and I'll be able to send it. Can confirm this is the final version. Merch renders and logo for the ending. There's the Boss Rush logo. BossRushLogo.ai. I don't have the GamerSubs logo though. Available until 12/12. Okay, thanks. Happy Thanksgiving, Zach. Thanks for grinding. Happy Thanksgiving. No stress, man. I hope you'll like it. Rendering Cinder's verse. Just her verse is a longer render than the whole She-Wolf video. Does that say 40 hours? Yes. Yeah, music videos are very PC heavy. Low-key think I'm gonna get a new one though. That's probably a good idea, considering we may sign you up again. Or you all hate it if you all unfriend or block me. We'll see what happens. Reference for the merch art if you need it. Thank you. I'll probably replace background with the video, super duper blurred, and audio, and extend it to 10 seconds if that's fine. You have creative control. You have... Okay, how's it coming, Zach? I'm almost afraid to ask. It will be done on time. 11 a.m. tomorrow. Vienna's part only has 63.5 hours left. Nah, Tricky's took literally an hour, and Vienna will be less. What did you do to Cinder's part then? Jesus, lol. It's something with my PC. Like Cinders is the most complex by a lot, but no shot it takes that long. Its PC caught fire. That's literally what it is. Its PC literally caught fire. Try to fund that new PC. I did cook the fuck out of Cinders part though. My PC can handle my music videos after Bao's music video album training arc. I come bearing gifts. I hope the girlies like it. You did nuts. Everyone loves it. Thank you so much for grinding this out, Zach. The fans are gonna go crazy for this song. If there's time to make any edits to it, I don't know how long this will take to render though. During the choruses, the shot of the girls can be zoomed out a little more to show more of them all. Vienna's verse is very gray, black, and white, and should have a more blue tone overall. At the end, 322, Tricky has pink eyes instead of yellow. Okay, what else we have? This is the most important one. I think they all agree that they gray or desaturated filters on the artwork should be greatly toned down or removed from the parts where it's shown, especially during the choruses. So a lot more of the original artwork's color comes through. Pretty much and on a lot of the timestamps. Oh, also, do you have a trailer? Vienna just had the idea today of 3 small trailers of a small part of each of their verses too. But if there's no time for it, that's okay. It's okay if you fall asleep, lol. We'll bowl with what we got, thank you. I can change a few things, probably. Are you sure? I'm sorry for the VTuber project curse. Yeah, we still have like 3 hours. 2.5. I probably can't change much on Vienna's to be honest, but I'll do what I can with all the notes. The last 2 bullets are the most important. The first 2 can be ignored if we're crunching. I didn't want to say this to freak you out last night, but when I sent Cinder's render time of 40 hours, I still had to do Vienna's entire verse. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. The VTuber project curse. Next one will be planned and scheduled way in advance. No worries. If everyone ends up happy, it's all good. Music check. Alright, let's keep reading. I'll get chorus black and white changed. Tricky's eye color, oopsie, fixed for sure. Nah, it went pretty smooth. To be honest, everything considered. Next time we're all together at a con or something, you should ask Bao about blank. We were both blank. Oh, trust me, I heard. Lamau. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. Oh, wait. Now we go to where Bao is relevant in this conversation. Here we go. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. There's a color changes. Thank you, Zach. Crunch time is real. You can send invoice whenever. Okie dokie. Hope that everyone loves it and goes to the moon with views. Tell all the girls I'm really honored to have gotten to work on the project and they did an amazing job. Zach, can you edit the invoice to not require an address? Oh yeah, sorry about that. Let me know if that fixed it. All paid. Y'all the best. We'll have another project for you soonish. Okay, but not that soon, but still. Thank you again for your work on this one. All good. Looking forward to it. The thing about Redacted is that he thinks that just because someone literally gave a person because we gave you work, oh yeah, now we want to give you more work. No, it doesn't usually work like that. So no. Just no. It usually does not work like that. So, and then they say that Bao is the one that's pushy when Redacted is literally the one pushing here. November 29, 2024. Bao's comment on Boss Rush's song. My new music group, Boss Rush, premiered our first song at the end of November. Red and I were going through the comments, and we both saw Bao's. He didn't want me to like hers, so I gave in just to satisfy him. At the end of the day, it was just a comment. After the past few months, I had a pretty solid opinion of how I thought Bao viewed her friends, so I told Cinder she shouldn't like it. I was persistent about it, so she listened to me. It was very petty of me towards a friend showing support. Yeah, very petty of you, or I mean, yeah, this guy's an asshole. What do I expect? God damn, day 8. Those are my girls. Holy. December 5th, 2024. December 9th, 2024. Group chat with Bao. Sometime between the in these dates, Sometime in between these dates, Bao started a group chat with both Red and I. We were both removed from this group, so we don't have access to what was said. As far as we remember, she wanted to do something together. Red was adamant to me about not wanting to plan anything with her at that time, so we didn't. Bao's never messaged us like this before, and this was right after Boss Rush popped off with another two friends involved. I wasn't opposed to doing things with her completely, but the timing was suspicious to me after the past few experiences with her. And I saw this as her trying to gain something from us, so I brushed her off. What stood out to me is that she addressed Cinder specifically as the lead singer of Boss Rush. December 10th, 2024, Sacramore exclusivity. 11 days after the music video was finished and released, Red messaged Zach about another project for February. He said he was working exclusively with Bao going forward. In my apology, I said, and yes, I was also upset when Zach, the Boss Rush music video editor, had told us that he won't be working on any more future projects with us and would instead be working exclusively for Bao. But Red got in his head that it was Bao's fault that it happened, and seemingly held a grudge against her for it. He was very passionate about Boss Rush and the potential future projects around it, but he told me without a music video editor as talented as Zach, the future projects wouldn't reach the same heights. So he created this headcanon that's laid out in those DMs. You want to do a music video for February? Hey brother, I'm sorry, but after January 2nd, I'm closing down all my commissions indefinitely and wanting or going completely in-house for Bao. I thought you were down to do more. To be honest, I really, really want to, and it's genuinely very hard for me to say no. I also really feel awful about saying no. But also I do have other things in life I need to prioritize since the path I'm currently on does not get me to the goals I actually want to achieve as a content creator. It is more just personal things and my own goals I need to prioritize. The last time I spoke to Zach, he said he was honored to be a part of Boss Rush's project and was looking forward to the next music video together. Everyone loved the video he made, and it was already nearing 500,000 views. I didn't know Zach well at all, so I had no real basis to know how he actually felt. But I just couldn't understand his decision coming out of nowhere. Okay, we already read all of this. Has nothing to do with the group or anything like that, since I really enjoyed the last song. Alright, well, I'll let Cinder know. She's pretty upset and disappointed, but it is what it is, I guess. Understandable, and I'm very sorry to be the one to cause those feelings. But I also need to do what's best for me this year. And I definitely wish you all the best in the future, and will be cheering you all from the sidelines for sure. Thanks, Zach. Godspeed. Cinder wanted me to ask, is there any goals or projects can you help with? Oh my bad, is there any goals or projects can help you with? She's just confused about why it's so hard for you to turn down more projects when you enjoyed the last one and it did so well. I appreciate you asking, but not really. There's not really a point in me doing freelance anymore since the only growth in it now is just scaling my prices to stupidly high prices. But I don't care about money that much. I need to focus on building my own platform or community if I want to see the next stages of growth for myself. I'm going in-house with Bao because she has been my day one and supported and took a chance on me when I was a literal nobody in basically poverty, and I want to do whatever I can to repay her kindness and how much she's done for me. So I like to focus on her success as my client/friend. And I'm also doing it because I want to take the option away from me of working with other people, so I actually have to be serious about reaching my own personal goals with my content. I'm not sure what you mean by your personal content, but if you're just working with Bao, I mean, this kind of came out of nowhere since you seem pretty eager to work with Cinder at TwitchCon, and even after the last project, especially since it did numbers. But if that's how you feel, then we won't try to change your mind and respect your decision. Thanks again for your work, Zach. Good luck on your goals. As we were messaging, I was going back and forth talking to Cinder about this, which is why there's gaps in my time in responses to Zach. By end of our conversation, I was suspicious of his reasoning. Right after this, Red messaged our video editor about music video editors and what happened with Zach. They're close with and works with Bao and her other editors, including Zach. Blank, do you know any music video editors besides Zach? I don't know any others personally. Okay, was JW. What happened though? What happened to Blank? Nothing. We can still contact him. I guess Zach is only working with Bao going forward, even though he was excited to do more after this last music video. So now we gotta find someone new. Boss Rush did crazy numbers, and we want to keep up the high expectations for the next one. Not saying you need to go look for some editors. I was just asking if you knew off the top of your head. I know Blank. I know Blank. I know he's been wanting to make his own videos for the past year, but got caught up with doing a lot of editing work. So I guess he's really wanting to focus on it moving forward. I guess so. All right, time to take all of this with a grain of salt, chat. Here we go. Our video editor gave me the same reasoning for Zach's decision as he did, and I should have taken it as a fact by then, but I didn't, and I still thought something else must have happened. Zach told me he was going exclusive with Bao because of his own content and goals he wanted to prioritize. In his position as a VTuber video editor for a significant amount of time, I just didn't understand his vague reasoning or what content and community he was talking about. This was just 11 days after Boss Rush premiered. I'm going in-house with Bao because she has been my day one and supported and took a chance on me when I was a literal nobody. See, this is the reason why I support smaller creators, because if there is at any chance, at any point, that I actually become a big name among the VTuber spectrum, I can literally tell people, hey, check out this person who did my artwork. This person does amazing art, by the way. And it's free promotion, you know? It's literally free promotion. It was this message from Zach that made me suspicious of what his actual reason was for going exclusive with Bao. He only said all this after he was pushed about his decision, and this was only days after Cinder and I turned down Bao in that group chat, where she called Cinder the lead singer of Boss Rush. Because of my experience with Bao over the past few months, I had confirmation bias. I convinced myself Zach was doing this because Bao must have guilt-tripped and convinced... Oh, here we go again. And convinced him not to work with anyone other than her, including Boss Rush. And I was mad that this wasn't even just against Cinder and I, but Tricky and Vienna too, who I cared about as much as Cinder did. Confirmation bias is a cognitive bias, a type of error in thinking, where people tend to favor information that confirms their existing beliefs, expectations, or hypotheses, regardless of whether that information is true. This means individuals are more likely to seek out or interpret and recall information in ways that reinforce their existing views, while downplaying or ignoring evidence that contradicts them. So pretty much, this motherfucker literally... Okay, I have a question, chat. I have a question. You guys know Aoi Todo, right? From Jujutsu Kaisen? The moment that Aoi Todo asks someone, what's your type of woman? He literally, like, astral projects himself, how they would interact with this person, and how do they know this person. If you don't give them an answer that satisfies him, he's just gonna call you boring. If you share the same interest with him, he literally, like, astral projects himself being best friends with you. It's wild. It's just wild. Like, this guy literally is astral projecting himself. Oh, Bao is a terrible person because this, and this. He's just projecting a version of Bao that is not the real Bao, you know? He is making up a version of Bao that he himself fabricated. Which again, it's pretty petty, it's stupid, it's disgusting, it's everything wrong. Again, why is he even a manager is beyond me. Another thing that hasn't been mentioned up to this point is that Bao thought of her own music through last year. She would talk public. Almost destroyed the cable on my headphones. She would talk publicly in her Discord server about how depressed she was about her own songs, about how nothing she did was performing well, and guilt-tripping her fans about not liking them or listening to them due to the low view counts, ignoring their supportive messages like it meant nothing to her because the numbers didn't reflect them. She wanted to quit making music entirely because she thought her songs performed so poorly. The only songs of hers from last year that I could imagine she considered successful were Miss RGB, Natural Disaster, and the She-Wolf cover, all of which included her friends. Here's the thing. She's not guilt-tripping. Red. She's not guilt-tripping anyone. It's extremely common for an artist to feel like this. I myself am an artist, and whenever I look at an artwork that I made, I literally say to myself, oh, this artwork that I make, garbage, trash. Everything I make is literally fucking garbage. So every artist feels like that, and that's okay, you know? I felt like that. You felt like that. Jimbo over there has felt like that. Every artist in their damn mother has felt like that. Every artist out there sees their artwork and they always take a look at it and they say, man, everything I make is fucking garbage. Like, nothing that I make manages to match that. You know, that this inspiration, this person that inspires me, I see that as perfection. But my art compared to that is absolute garbage. It happens to everyone. She's not guilt-tripping anyone. You're just an asshole. I'm sorry, Red. Sorry, not sorry. You're just an asshole. When I told Nano that Bao's songs flopped, I was referring to how Bao thought of them, implying that I thought it was motivation for her to do what I was telling Nano. Again, I'm sorry for my model. It's a little jank, but that's fine. It's janky because I'm wearing glasses while doing this. I don't have contact lenses, so yeah. Music that had dozens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views, wasn't good enough for Bao, although I didn't elaborate on any of that to Nano. In my own opinion, all of her songs performed fine, if not great. I don't know why she needed views to validate music she made if it was something she enjoyed doing in the first place. I know how this reason sounds when you just look at what my message said to Nano said, and it doesn't look good on me. About the music video thing, Bao had original songs last year that had music editors and the songs flopped. So yeah, again, you were literally just spilling unnecessary tea to Nano, which again, very poor behavior for a VTuber manager. Another similar instance I remember happening in Bao's server was on SINDER'S birthday last year. Oh wait, no. I'm not supposed to read that yet. We were banned from Bao's Discord server, so I don't have any evidence to show this happening. I don't know if Bao's messages about this still exist, but I know there's plenty of Baobo bodies out there who would remember this. Bao's TMJ she talked about in her document had nothing to do with anything I said to Nano, and wasn't something I even considered. I don't know why, but I don't think Nano seems, well, was it Nano? No. I don't think Bao seems like the type of person who would ban someone out of a server for little to no reason. I don't see her that way. I think you're just fabricating this. And the reason why you say you have no evidence is because you're just fabricating it. It's pretty much the logistic of pics or didn't happen. You're providing all of this evidence, yes, but the ones that you don't have, which are the most important ones, you don't have those. And from what my understanding, you could be fabricating it. For all I know. Another similar instance I remember happening in Bao's server was on SINDER'S birthday last year when Bao and their friends were playing Jackbox games together. Cinder was streaming and invited them all to play, and Bao was streaming her end at first, but abruptly ended it not so long after starting. I checked her Discord server to see if anyone knew what happened. Bao was chatting in a public channel saying her CCV was too low to keep streaming and no one cared about watching her. Or her concurrent viewers was too low to keep streaming and no one cared about watching her. Her community was trying to encourage and support her, but I remember she replied to a fan saying something like, "Stop fucking talking," and telling them all that nothing she did mattered. This is how she was talking directly to her fans, supporting her, and while in a collab on her friend's birthday of all days. More concerned about her numbers rather than having a good time together. I don't know if these messages still exist either, but about her music wasn't the only time that she'd berate herself in her server and guilt trip her fans about it. Here's part of the full VOD. Alright, we're not gonna watch this yet. We're not gonna watch this yet at all. But honestly, if she said that, you know, her concurrent viewers was low, I mean, honestly, it happens to all of us, you know? It really happens to all of us. Like, honestly, so the majority of days, you know, where I'm streaming, my concurrent viewer count is always like at rock bottom. It's always 0 viewers, 1 viewers. You think I give a shit about that? Hell no. The reason I don't give a shit is because I stream. Because I love doing this shit. Because I love streaming. I don't care if I have 2 viewers, 3 viewers, 100 viewers, 1,000 viewers. No. I'm gonna keep doing this because I love doing this shit. I don't care how many people I have in my chat. Even if I'm talking to the fucking void, at the very least, I'm having a conversation. Also, music check. There we go. So even if there are days where I'm talking to the fucking void, I don't care because at the end of the day, I'm still doing what I love, which is streaming. So, sure, I may not have that big of an audience. Sure, I may be a VTuber that nobody knows. Sure, I may be irrelevant because, I mean, let's be realistic. I am irrelevant right now. But that doesn't mean that my content is bad just because I don't have that many viewers. I'm just undiscovered yet. I'm still a VTuber nobody knows. So, if you guys have goals in mind, just don't give up on them. The more you keep doing it, the more chances you have to put yourself out there, you know? So, if you have any goals, any dreams, any projects that you want to work on, it didn't perform that well, that's fine. Just do another one. It's not the end of the world. Andy Warhol, the godfather of graphic design and pop art, literally said, "Don't think about making art. Just do it. Let people decide if it's good or bad. And while they're deciding, make even more art." In other words, if you love something, don't stop for shit. I wish Bao said. I wish that Bao heard what I had to say, honestly. But again, I'm such a small creator. Nobody's gonna pay attention to a silly little guy like me. Except for you guys in chat. You guys are goats. You guys are amazing. One thing I found while putting this document together was this tweet from Bao earlier this year on March 15, 2025. This was literally after I debuted, by the way, because I debuted in January 15. I checked the dates. I debuted in January 15th. This was 2 months after my debut. That indirectly supports the above. Bao said she was struggling with an unhealthy work-life balance, like us. She wasn't enjoying content creation, implying she was too focused on the numbers and what she did was never enough for her. Man, I feel bad for Bao. I wish I could talk to her. Like, I really wish I could talk to her. But again, is there a way to contact her manager? I think there is. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to them later. Uwe, sorry I've been spotty with streams. Just trying to to take better care of my mental and physical health so I can be my best self for you all. Long boohoo, wow wow wow, big baby Rambo, lol. Learned a really hard lesson about work-life balance. Last year when I sang and talked until my literal jaw fell off and had to start physical therapy to get bi-monthly trigger point injections just to be able to chew food properly. Chronic pain, constant migraines, life hit me fast. At some point, the fear of falling behind and being forgotten outweighed all the joy and fulfillment I was supposed to feel as a content creator. Was a really bad cycle of going way too hard, having to take a break, rinse and repeat, and never really feeling like I was getting anywhere. And if I did, it wasn't enough. I think I saw my family a grand total of 2 times last year and barely called home. Kept telling myself I'd call back, but I had more missed calls from my parents than callbacks. It's really scary coming home and seeing my parents get visibly older. I felt like I was constantly running out of time with every aspect of my life when in reality I just had to reevaluate how to be an actual human being again instead of a machine. But good news is I'm a gym girly now and I try to phone home twice a week. And I think creating is sleep on for girls. Anyways, thanks for reading. I'm just Bober and I love you guys moi. This is the year I get my shit together, surely. And hopefully. Oh no, no, oh no, you don't. Red, not this shit again. She also spoke about her jaw pain in this tweet that she mentioned in her document. This was not something I had ever considered and had nothing to do with my opinion or actions towards her. Still doesn't change the fact that you saw her differently though. Fucking asshole. With everything I had seen, heard, and experienced with and around Bao over the past few months, all added up, I had come to this conclusion. Okay, here we go. Alright, Red, what's your headcanon? What is the version of Bao that you fantasize about? Boss Rush's song came out and was performing great right away. Bao, who was upset with her own music performance through the year and who really cared about numbers, saw how well the song her musically inexperienced friends made was doing. She also found out her video editor Zach had made the music video for it. These made her upset. She messaged Cinder and I about doing something together in the week that followed, calling Cinder the lead singer of Boss Rush, but we turned her down. She was also turned down about doing a music video with another friend recently, who was guilt-tripped about it, and now us refusing to make content with her made things worse. She must have spoken to Zach sometime about how depressed she was over all of this, my bad. Guilt tripping him about everything she's done for him and into not working with anyone else going forward. When Zach told me why he made this decision to go exclusive, he emphasized how in-depth to Bao he was, which would make sense if he was guilt-tripped into this. Dude, this guy, this just, what is this? Just, what is he cooking? What is this motherfucker cooking, chat? Surely there were times before this I thought Bao could be whiny or pushy, but I never held anything against her before. Yeah, right. Now I was convinced she was selfish, only cared about her friends when clout was involved, and had intentionally screwed us over out of jealousy of her friend's success. Things that were never a problem to me, like her working with our same video editor for the past year and a half, suddenly became an issue. Everything I saw over these few months showed a pattern of behavior that led to this happening. I thought I was crazy for being the only one to see it, with all her friends always giving her behavior a pass because that's just how Bao is. I couldn't possibly think her editor just decided to go exclusive with Bao right after Boss Rush just because he wanted to. And Bao had no involvement in his choice. It was completely unbelievable to me that someone would just do that themselves with the way this perfect storm of events lined up. If there was a greater explanation or reasoning behind these events and Bao's actions, I never knew about them. I formed my opinion on what I did know and experience, like anyone else would. It wasn't founded on jealousy of Bao, and I was just making things up to lie to Nano about her for no reason. But at the same time, I never sought out the truth and never talked to Bao about it. I was mad at her and already decided what she did. I thought that if I bring it up, she'd just lie about it and wouldn't matter. I had thoroughly brainwashed myself into thinking there was no way this wasn't the case. But as I now know, I was wrong. I misinterpreted the situation and misjudged Bao's intentions due to my confirmation bias, going as far as to disregard every positive interaction I had with Bao or any of the good things I've seen her do, just to fit this narrative. I jumped to conclusions and doubled down without her trying to find out if this was really true or not. But with every line and little thing that happened, I was so sure that this must have been the case, and I held it against Bao. It was stupid and immature of me, and Bao didn't deserve the way I thought about her or my actions that followed. And Bao did know about the music video Zach was working on for us. I was wrong. While going through my messages for this document, he said as much to me when I first asked him about doing the music video for the time. He said that he became exclusive. It had been over 2 months. We'd gone to Japan and I handled conversations with lots of other people every day. I forgot about it and thought Bao was unaware of him working with us. There was no conversation at the TwitchCon party where we were at that I can remember Bao being a part of while talking to Zach specifically about working together. She was there talking to us at different points, but not at the same time as that. Thanks, I will let you know ASAP once I chat with Bulber. Also, I'm not sure what they're on about with Bao not knowing about me working with them, since I asked Bao with Cinder and Red standing right next to me at TwitchCon if it was fine, since I had agreed to do all the Halloween album but probably would miss one of the songs and she had no problems with it at all. I want to say I'm sorry to Zach. The pressure I put him under while working on our music video and overworking him during the holidays with what he was experiencing at the time. If I had things better planned and finished sooner, there wouldn't have been such a time crunch. I also want to apologize for the hostility in my messages to him when he told me he was closing his commissions. It was his choice to do so, and I shouldn't have distrusted him. Red. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Huh. And then they say I'm the crazy one. Look at this guy, chat. And then they say that I am the mentally unstable one. Okay, yeah, I may have ADHD, but dude, come on, dude. What the fuck did I just read here? Again, these claims are literally career-ending to anyone. Making wild claims like these ones and accusing Bao of guilt tripping. Dude, this is just jealousy. This is literally jealousy. This is literally fucking jealousy. And again, you just fabricated this version of Bao in your head that doesn't even fucking exist. Are you mental? I think he actually is mental. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck? Chat. This fucker is insane. What the fuck? Dude, just What is he thinking? This is the reason why I say Red is worse than Cinder. Most of this shit, by the way, most of this shit that you guys see, like Cinder barely has anything written here. It's mostly Red. December 12th, 2024. Argument with Red. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. Red came up with this theory about Bao and brought it to me. This was a verbal conversation, so I have no evidence of it. Only the events around it. I didn't believe Bao would pressure her editor just to hurt us. I was upset about not being able to work with Sak again too, but I told him we just have to find a new editor. When confronted with her actions over the past few times we saw her, I said they weren't a big deal. Red was persistent and went through his evidence over and over until I got mad too. I caved on the YouTube comment and I understood what he was saying to me. But I didn't agree with this conclusion. I was already stressed out because of my new model debut in 3 days and I was hosting the VTuber Awards pre-show the day before that. That's where my Fansly announcement would also be. And another thing I was nervous about doing at all. Now, Red was telling me he knew one of my friends had purposely done this to me. I defiantly told him it wasn't true and to get over it. Red told me to ask Bao about it, but I told him to since he was the one with the problem. I had a collab on another friend's channel the next day that included Bao. Red wanted me to cancel it last minute because she was involved, after I had already made an announcement about it on my Discord server earlier. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is that Cinder, you had an argument with Red, and this is your manager and your partner, by the way. Damn, I guess they're meant for each other. Even the conversation between these two is toxic. Like, if you see someone that tells you, oh, this friend is not good for you, oh, this friend is trying to manipulate them, oh, this person, this and that, take it with a grain of fucking salt. Because what they say, it may not be true. And in the case of this happening, it was not true. So Red literally fabricated this version of Bao, tried to tell Cinder about it, and literally just told her, hey, she's doing this and she's doing that and she's doing this. Cinder, why are you back with him? If the relationship was this toxic before, I can't imagine how it's gonna be years going forward. Oh my god, dude. What are you guys doing? I'm doing a Christmas confession collab on Blank channel tomorrow at Friday, December 13th, 2024 with Blank and Bao. Alright. I didn't want to hear it, got upset, and just went to bed from the stress of everything. Because of our fight, I was asleep and missed the Okami sequel announcement. I tweeted about it when I woke up. I was asleep and missed it. Okami is getting a sequel. I'm so happy I'm gonna cry. Oh yeah, this was during the Game Awards, by the way. Neither of us ever talked to Bao about any of this, even after just days after she had started a group chat with us both. It's my fault for never trying to clear things up when I had the chance. I just wanted this to go away and keep the peace between me and my friends. In my apology, I said I wasn't convinced this was the case, but it's my fault for never speaking with Bao about these things directly to clear things up and letting it spiral to the point it got to. I'm sorry for not reaching out sooner about these ideas that were put into my head. I wish we would have been able to talk about this too. Regardless of how I personally felt about Bao now, I was still friendly with her the couple times I talked to her afterwards. Sure. Probably was passive aggressive, but alright. She was still Cinder's friend. I asked Bao for advice about something work related in December, and the last time I spoke to her was at the end of the year when her, Cinder, and her friends were dealing with something else going on. Getting even with Bao wasn't even something I ever thought about doing until the opportunity two came up when going to Nano about exclusivity. December 13th to December 14th. 65 out of 93 pages. Oh my god, we're almost done with the document. What the hell? We've been reading this document at Godspeed. Holy shit. The collab with Bao and friends. I was at my friend's collab the next day with Bao. Bao messaged me afterwards apologizing for something that happened on stream. I didn't see her message right away because of everything I had going on that weekend. I replied after the VTA pre-show was over. I thought about saying something to Bao about what Red told me, but I didn't. I didn't want to start anything over what I believed to be nothing in the first place, and I had a hard time talking about things in general. I trusted Bao, I was still mad at Red, and my new debut was the next day. Rightfully so. I'm really sorry I spaced out at the end. It was like the lights were on and no one was home. I promise I would never ever forget you or your music. I was running purely on fumes for the duration of the stream today. I also didn't talk over you too much. I know Blank yelled at me for it, so I started being more aware of it. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Sorry, being so busy with awards and debut, but don't worry, OMG. Collabs can be really socially draining for me, so I zone out sometimes too. No, you're totally fine. Oh, thank God. I'm watching right now. I voted for you in every category, also fancily sweep. Wait, let me send you something useful. I got recommended this website, that blank, and they've been so crazy fast about doing it. I'm gonna just slide you my referral link, but genuinely really recommend this if it gets too out of hand like me. I appreciate it. December 14th and December 15th. Artist 1 and Bao. Artist 1 told Red they're working with Bao now. Since you got the fancily out now, I'll try to finish the bikini after my Bao projects. Oh no, no, Chad, not the bikini model. No, it always comes back to the bikini model, isn't it? You have Bao projects now? Mayhaps paywall stuff though. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere if that's a concern. No, it's not that. It's just the first time Bao picked up one of our regular people we work with. I'm glad you're getting that bag. It was actually Blank that referred me. She had no idea who I was before, I think. Talking about your editor? Lol? Our editor is one, but not the only one. It's NBD. Okay. Artist number 1 told me they were working with Bao now. This was only a few days after I spoke to Sacramore and Cinder, and I had an argument over my theory about Bao. The other regular people we work with I was talking about here was Nano. From where she was working with Bao earlier in the year, I told artist number 1 that it wasn't a big deal they were working with her. Artist number 1 never knew my thoughts on Bao that were told to Nano in January. I was mad at Bao, but I wasn't planning to do anything about it. It was only when I went to ask Nano about exclusivity that I have the idea to include Bao's name as a way to get even with her. You're just petty about Bao, dude. Like, what the fuck? This guy literally sees Bao as the fucking villain. Well, saw her as the fucking villain, but you know what I mean. December 15th, Sacramore's announcement. Sacramore made an announcement about working exclusively with Bao. This was the same day as my Heaven Hound model debut. After I finish up 2 more commissions for Peep, I'll be shutting down my commissions forever and editing anonymously in-house for Bao VTuber. So we already saw this post. As far as I was aware, Sac was already basically exclusive to Bao to the same degree our video editor was to us, if not more so. For him to do a complete 180 in under 2 weeks from Boss Rush's release was unbelievable to me. He put his exclusivity with Bao in writing, publicly, and asked to be completely anonymous without being credited going forward with no reason other than he wanted to. I just couldn't believe there wasn't more to it. I don't know if Sac ended up making any of his content like he told me since this happened. Recently, Sac opened his commissions again and is apparently not working with Bao anymore. The very thing that sent me over the edge about Bao last December didn't seem to last. Huge announcement. I'm opening up my video commissions again, or I have availability for hire. Music videos, highlights, thumbnails, and portfolio works in the thread down below. DM for rates and inquiries. Retweets very much appreciated. Good luck out there, gamer. Be free from the basement. Thank you for everything over the last 2 years. I will truly cherish all of the memories or content we've made together. All right, January 10th, 2025 through February 11th, 2025. Okay, January 10th, this was 5 days before my debut. Artist number one and Nano's exclusivity deal. Like was shown in Nano's section, artist number one wanted to discuss a permanent paid position with us and suggested some kind of exclusivity for the work they did. Just like with Nano, red-handed any business-related discussions with them. This is where the idea to go to Nano about exclusivity came from. January 10th, 2024. Artist number one mentioned Red the morning after pitching their idea to him about our video editor, and then said they'd be willing to offer some kind of exclusivity due to competitiveness in the field. In the brief conversation Red and I had about it, we agreed that if we're going to pay them consistently for their work, like my video editor, we want to work out some kind of exclusivity with them. Also, I'm gonna take a quick break right now. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm going to the bathroom. All right. So be back in a flash. All right, everybody. I am back with more reading. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is the part that we didn't read. I was wondering, the editor you have on payroll, do you have some sort of non-complete or exclusivity agreement with them? For example, assuming it blank, he can only edit for you and Bao or something. It is blank, and with him, it's kind of just a spoken agreement thing. We offered him to be exclusive, but he didn't take us up on it. But yeah, he just does us and Bao. Okay, I was asking because I had some time to think about our combo yesterday, reflecting on competitiveness in the field and staying at the top, brought on by the blank, and thought that in the event we do work something out, I'd be willing to offer some sort of VTuber non-compete exclusivity policy or some type of work I do. So for example, things that are pretty unique to Cinder, such as the model VFX work for the blank, I'd only do exclusively for Cinder. That's something Cinder and I were thinking about too. We didn't really get to talk about it much yet though. The next time Red and I talked about this, he said he should ask Nano for some kind of exclusivity too. Nano had suggested exclusivity to him in September, and talking to artist number one gave him the idea to ask her about it again. Red and I had agreed we should ask Nano to not accept any more brand new models and to not make models or outfits for Silver Veil anymore. Which, yeah, it also shows his bias to Silver Veil as well. Nano will have more time to work on my projects. Oh wait, no, that's Cinder talking. Never mind, I thought that was Red. Nano will have more time to work on my projects, and Silver wouldn't be able to get another model from Nano, and I wouldn't be compared to her if she chose to get a new one from someone else. Her artwork commissions and projects with her current model clients wouldn't be touched. As for the exclusivity with artist number one, Red and I had only agreed that we wanted to have it for their work, and didn't talk about naming anyone to them. January 15th, 2025, the day of my debut. Okay, what the hell happened during my debut day? This was when Nano and Red made their exclusivity deal, and I didn't know Red was planning to talk to her about it that day, or even knew he had until after they had already come to an agreement without my involvement. Red brought this up to Nano in their private DMs, and not in our project server chat, where all three of us were. The quote from my apology refers to this deal they made. We had come to the conclusion that it'd be in my best interest to talk with Nano about making more for my projects by negotiating with her to cut out other work. This was wrong for us to push into her, and it was wrong to the other creators who wanted the chance of working with her. There was only one specific creator we were responsible for naming and pressuring Nano into reconsidering projects with, not an entire list. I should have said negotiating with her to take on less work. We were never thinking about asking her to cut out or cancel anything she already had planned. If Nano embows documents, and I am too. Wait, you now and you're eating pizza right now, Ninjak? Yeah, I'm gonna eat pizza soon, right after the stream is over. I should have said negotiating with her to take on less work. We were never thinking about asking her to cut out or cancel anything she already had planned. In Nano and Bao's documents, this conversation was presented out of order and purposely left out information. This was the second of 4 total times with 3 different artists I had specifically asked anyone to not work with someone else, which are all presented in this document in this instance, and it was in negotiations for an exclusivity deal. Again, we've already read this shit. There's no point in reading all of this. Because all of this has nothing to do with Bao, and this is literally on Silver Veil. Yeah, we already read all this shit. I chose to include Bao's name to get even with her. Yeah, these are the exact same words, chat. This is the exact same copy pasted shit. The moment that we see yeah, see, even I took advantage of that and made it sound like Cinder agreed with my feelings, etc., etc. So again, these are literally just copy pasted words. These words that are here, these words, the moment that I see Red speaking, I feel nothing. This is copy paste. This is literally copy paste. Again, we can just skip over all of this. Okay. Yeah, we can literally skip all of this because again, this is literally just Nano shit. This is the stuff that you can already see in the Nano document. After this happened, I was told Nano agreed she wouldn't work with Silver Veil at all anymore. We continue working with Nano on lots of projects like we've always done. Would fully pay for Nano's new model. Okay, yada yada yada. This is more Nano stuff. Regarding the exclusivity deal made with them, I had no part in the direct negotiations of their eventual agreement, and I had no knowledge of Bao and Cotton being included in this list. If I had known my friends were included, I would have said something to put a stop to it. I was only aware of it about being about one person who I was unfairly pursuing. There is nothing tangible, and I can show to prove that I didn't know what happened between them. I can't prove I didn't do something. I didn't tell Cinder everything because I knew she disagreed with me about Bao, and she'd get pissed. I was confident she wouldn't find about it though. With how all the business discussions with Nano were through me, and even if she did later, it would already be long gone. Cinder wouldn't have told Bao about it after the fact either. I was stubborn and wanted to get back at the kind of person I thought Bao was, more than keeping Cinder's feelings in mind. I didn't mention Cotton's name to Cinder either, since I didn't know how she'd react. And I didn't want her to find out about Bao. She only agreed to Silver, so that's all I told her. January 15th. A lot of shit happened in January 15th. January 15th, shortly after the deal was made with Nano, and he told me about it. Read message artist number 1 about our thoughts on their agreement. Just reveal their name. Why you gotta call? Well, then again, maybe they chose to stay anonymous, so. Thoughts on the thing. We aren't against the idea of paying you month to month to have you as a permanent team member. However, we're concerned we won't get the full use of your services since things like project management, graphic design, IT, and web dev may not be or always be applicable. And for project management for yada yada yada, we've already read all of this shit. Also for this, no plans at the moment. What will be covered? Again, this has nothing to do with Bao. When I said there's few people we compete with that we rather withhold your work from if agreeable, I was thinking of giving them the same names I had given to Nano. They had already told me recently that they started working with Bao, and they worked with Silver in the past. Cinder and I didn't talk about any names to give to artist number 1. For all kinds of illustration and animations like AE stuff, I would prefer leaving that open for 2 reasons. Creative and Cinder fatigue and exposure growth. Yeah, we've already read all this. We've literally already read all this. We read all of this literally in the Nano document. So again, there's literally no reason to read all of this shit again. The next day, artist number 1 read a document that laid out everything in their agreement. Alrighty, I've started to write a document that kind of covers everything we've been discussing and additional stuff I just thought about. Regarding the thing that should help navigate this whole thing. Yeah, that's literally what it is. Ninja, that's literally what it is. Literally copy paste literally all the time. It's literally what it is. These motherfuckers literally copied one part of the document to the other. Copy and paste. Yeah, copy and paste looking ass. Copy and pasting looking ass. No news on the samples yet, but they might not have things for you, but for future drops when they are able to send things your way. RIP. Oh my god, this is so organized, lol. I'll show you this to Cinder after her stream. Artist number 1 sent a written agreement to go over. Okay, again, this is more copy pasted shit. I don't really care about Bao and Cotton. Yeah, more copy paste, you know, Cinder and Nano stuff. Yeah, again, this is literally the same exact conversation. This is literally the same exact combo. We're not talking about Nano here. We're talking about Bao. Last messages with Bao. These are the last messages in my DMs with Bao. Hey, Pookie. I know you like Impractical Jokers and some kind of community members reference them. I think the whole cast got outed for talking to young girls or something. Yeah, I saw the Joe allegations a while ago and it's just spiraling. Oh no, I know you like the show. I'm sorry, baby. Being a bad friend, compromising with Red, and Boss Rush's role. So you agree that you were a bad friend to Bao, and you had to compromise with your asshole of a manager. She admitted it, Chad! After our argument in December, Red and I didn't talk about Bao again until sometime after my Heaven Hound debut. He pressured me not to interact with her professionally anymore. I wasn't going to agree to that, but I didn't want this to cause problems between us at home. Bao was a friend that lived across the country. I only saw every few months, and already didn't do things often with. I lived with Red, so I chose to do just enough to keep the peace, finding a middle ground between us. I didn't plan anything with Bao one-on-one, which we already rarely did. I didn't raid her in the times I was able to, and I didn't retweet her artwork of us together on my Not Safe for Work Twitter account. Red didn't want to include Bao in anything Boss Rush related either, including collabs. Song check. It was wrong of me to push my feelings. Shut the fuck up, Red, you fucking asshole. It was wrong of me to push my feelings about Cinder's friend onto her and expected her to essentially cut her off. Initially in December, I didn't want Cinder, the brand, to interact with Bao's at all. I didn't want Bao to be included in anything Boss Rush related either because I thought their music video was the motivation to make Sakura Go exclusive. I took what I thought happened as Bao acting against all three of the girls, not just Cinder. After my deal with Nano, I considered us even. And by the time Nano walked her deal back, I didn't care to find out if Bao's model was still cancelled. I wasn't angry at Bao anymore, just soured on her. I eased up my feelings toward her with Cinder as months went by. But the way things had been was the way they stayed. I was eventually open to the idea of a 6-person Boss Rush song with all of Cinder's friends including Bao. It was in-group activities with her and our friends that I still interacted with and collab with Bao like always. I was one of the 6 of us that often took the initiative and tried planning things for all of us to do together. Hey Cinder, I know it's a bit stressful dealing with girly pop. Sometimes when our schedules clash, etc., you put so much work into forming collabs and stuff for Boss Rush and Girly Pop. It's probably a bit tiring. I wanted to say sorry about today. My goal is to always be there for my friends when they need and hopefully make it easier, not harder, blank. Sorry again and have a good stream. Bro, you don't have to be sorry at all. I knew it would be a little challenging during holiday and flu season, oop. But I'm not upset or anything. I much rather have everyone together when y'all are feeling good and don't have to worry about travel or other obligations. It's always so much hanging out, so I definitely don't mind rescheduling or doing something different things with a smaller group. Rest up and feel better soon, blank. I really appreciate you noticing. I want to do my best for us to have a good time. There's no way, chat. We're almost done with this document. We're almost done with the Bao document. Let's go! I didn't talk to Bao outside of our friends group chat, unless she messaged me first. But the same was already true for her before my disagreement with Red, and for almost all of my other friends for a long time, like I explained in the accountability section of this document. Besides our group chat, the exception to that was with Boss Rush. Since Boss Rush's inception in March 2024, I've gotten to be much closer friends with Tricky and Vienna than with other friends. After our first song premiered at the end of November, I chose to focus on doing more together with them. It was much easier to plan things between the 3 of us, rather than all 6 of us. Because of everyone's conflicting schedules and any other things they may have had going on, Boss Rush felt like our version of Bao, Numi, and Shy Lady's Bikini Bottoms group, making music, collabing together, and doing our own thing outside of plans with everyone. Because of this, Red and I felt like Yuzu was left out. He had the idea earlier on what we'd like to eventually bring Yuzu into Boss Rush, so she could be included in something too. This idea came before he ever had anything against Bao. These are all Red's messages in our Boss Rush group chat, where he talked about the idea of Yuzu and a song we'd make with her. The first two messages are cropped because they're part of a long string of DMs that aren't relevant. Considering this going on with the three of you, and looking like Numi, Bao, and Lily are doing their own music thing with Bikini Bottoms, Yuzu is kind of left out from any group project. So I reached out to her to see if she has any boss model designs coming up. But anyways, if you guys are down, we want to include her in a second song as an addition to the Boss Rush group, maybe in the first quarter half of 2025. The third song is the one I had the idea of bringing Yuzu on for, with a more blank tone, like a blank song, just brainstorming ideas. With Yuzu for December. It'd be blank with blank skins, blank song, haven't figured out solid design plan, but maybe blank blank with blank themes and possibly featuring Yuzu. Oh boy, oh my god, we're almost done. That's amazing. We're almost done with the bowel section. When we will be looking for a fourth person for our Boss Rush collabs this year, Red would suggest Yuzu. Her being involved alongside Boss Rush would have led up to her being introduced in a new song. I'd be a hint to the fans the same way the frequent collabs between Tricky Vienna and I through last year were intended to be before Boss Rush debut. But when I was cancelled, we still hadn't talked to Yuzu about joining Boss Rush or doing a song with us. There was only one collab between us four specifically in January, but I did end up playing through Split Fiction with Yuzu in March too. There were 5 Boss Rush collabs and 5 girly pop collabs that included Bao since the start of 2025 and before April. In March, Bao asked me and our friends in our group chat about doing a group song together for the end of 2025. In December, I turned her down, but I would have been willing to do one next year. It wasn't because of Red, and it wasn't because I didn't want to. I had 6 to 7 music projects already lined up for this year, with one of the most important being Boss Rush's song with Yuzu projected for December already. I know it doesn't mean much without all the details of what they are, who they were supposed to be with, but this was my music release schedule for this year when Bao asked. June 2025, a cover song with my 3rd anniversary. August 2025, Boss Rush's second song. September 2025, an original song produced by Numi. October 2025, an original song I was asked to be a part of by a creator I look up to. October 2025, Boss Rush's 3rd song. December 2025, Boss Rush's 4th song, which was planned to include Yuzu. Sometime in 2025, a cover song I was asked to do with another friend. The Boss Rush projects in August and December were planned to be much bigger endeavors, similar to the first song's launch. Boss Rush's song for October might have been pushed to 2026 to have more time for December's song, and that's what my focus was on. I didn't want Boss Rush's December release to conflict with the project Bao wanted to do together. I know the time investment needed to put music projects together and how difficult it is to get myself to record my own vocals sometimes. I didn't want to sacrifice the plans I already had for this year and commit to another song. Even Numi said no to Bao at first because of her own schedule. I was removed from this chat when the documents were posted, so I don't have screenshots of anything from it. With how much I was doing and planning with mine and Bao's other friends within our same friend group, and because of how I was neglecting her, Bao felt isolated, also evident from her tweets in March. My friends are busy, they do not hate me, and my friends are busy, they do not hate me. My friends are busy, they do not hate me. So it's basically it's just her saying my friends are busy, they do not hate me. Feeling alone in a crowded room sucks so bad. We still did things together as a big group. Even though I chose to turn down the group song and Numi never seemed to have a problem with the few of us doing things separately, but I understand how Bao must have felt. I wasn't including Bao in any of my own things, and when our friends had free time, it went towards our plans together. Without her, Numi said Bao confided in her about me and the way she thought I felt about her. But never did Bao try talking to me directly about how she felt, the same way I didn't talk to her about Red's feelings. I was neglectful of Bao and my friendship with her, and ignorant of how the things I did and did without her were making her feel. I stayed quiet and gave in to Red, hoping he would move on over time, never knowing what he did and said behind my back. I was an awful friend to Bao for months when she didn't deserve it. Yeah, this is what I mean. Yeah, your idiot of a manager literally talked about Bao behind your back and you paid the consequences for it. Bao posted her document just 6 minutes after Nano posted hers at 1:48 a.m. Eastern Time. She had already removed Red and I as friends on Discord and blocked us both on Twitter. I was very hurt by someone I thought as a friend. This is a message I sent to another close friend at the end of December. Ironically, I didn't have healthy communication with my friends. I couldn't open up to them or talk to them about difficult subjects. I never spoke to Bao about anything that was going on in the next section. I go over how my lack of communication hurts Numi too. So the next one is going to be, the next document that we're going to be reading for next time, chat, is going to be about V-Card and Numi's concert. We managed to read the entirety of Nano's, no, not Nano's. We managed to read the entirety of Bao's document in one sitting, chat. Let's fucking go. But for now, chat, we've already paid our due, and that is going to have to do it for tonight. This concludes tonight's seminar. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that concludes tonight's document, and the document this time has to do with Bao. A lot of shit was irrelevant, and it went back to Nano, you know, copy pasting shit and all that stuff, which again, pretty disingenuous. Like, it just, now I'm questioning, like, the moment that I read the Bao document, chat, I'm starting to question the validity of the 1,000 page Google Doc. I'm starting to question how this document is genuine or not. You know, if these words came from the heart, if this was just a lazy thing to put out there, like, oh, I'm sorry, it's just a quick apology, please forgive me. No, motherfucker, people can see through this shit. I'm not gonna be surprised if this document was made by Red. I'm not gonna be surprised at all. But yeah, chat, so we had a total of 247 pages that were read, and we're just gonna add, how many pages were there? Yeah, add 93 pages to that amount. So we now have a grand total, chat, of 340 pages. We're almost halfway there, chat. We're almost halfway there of reading the entire thing. But, chat, do not go anywhere, because you guys know what time it is, right? It's time for Rate a Streamer, where I rate a streamer at the end of each stream. Now, who shall be my raid victim for the night? All right. Same as always, chat. We're gonna try to find the VTubers that were related to Bao. Well, not Bao. My God. We're gonna try to find the VTubers that were related to. We're gonna try to find the VTubers that were related to Cinder. Nanoless is off the table. I follow Bao and she's offline, so she's also off the table. Let's see. Oh, right, Silver Veil. Has Silver Veil being live lately? I don't think so. Alright, what about Spite? Not online either. What the heck is going on? Okay, Spite, Katie Cat, Obi, Katie Cat. No, she's not online either. Let me see this. Hold on. Yeah, let me see this document real quick. Nomi. Oh right, can't forget about Shy Lily. Not live either. Man, these guys are not live. What the heck? These VTubers are never live. So yeah, none of the VTubers that are in the document are live, unfortunately. I think the next streamer that Shy Lily has is gonna be tomorrow, which she debuts a new model. But yeah, I still say that I would love to talk to these VTubers. Like I would love to have an interview with, at the very least, one of these VTubers. But unfortunately, you know, we haven't had the chance to see any one of them live. And don't worry, do not worry. We're going to be rating somebody, and that somebody is going to be none other than our good ass, I wouldn't say friend, because I mean I don't know her that much, but I'm gonna blast you guys straight towards Magic Tea House. Yes, I'm gonna blast you guys towards Magic Tea House, who is currently playing Baldur's Gate 3. Alright, do show her some love. And I will see you guys on Monday in order to read your anime hot takes. Yes, we're gonna be reading anime hot takes on Monday. And please do show some love to Magic Tea House, who is streaming more Baldur's Gate 3. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!